Yeah, welcome to the platform. Hi guys, welcome. I hope you're doing great. Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. Welcome. Thank you, Mr. Tikwi. Please join the line. Join the line if you can hear me. Join the line. Welcome to the platform. Ganaba, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can hear you
I
now.
can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Now I'll unmute myself and then put off the camera also when you start. Then
All right. Let's give ourselves some time for the others to join in, and then we're good to go. And welcome to the platform. Can you hear me? Angie, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. How
Oh,
you
okay.
been?
I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm.
Mr. Tukwe, welcome to the platform. Yeah. Can you hear me? You have to unmute yourself. Okay, I've unmuted. Can you hear me? I think um, we have to start, then along the line, when the others comes, they join us. I hope everybody agrees to it. Ganaba and Angie, do you agree to it that we start and then let the others join later?
Yeah, can we wait a little bit for all of them to get ready?
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, I think that would be better.
Yeah, Madam Vic, welcome to the platform. Hope you are doing good. Madam Vic, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I hope you're doing
Hey,
great.
Oh,
my
hello.
hi, my sister Vic. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm very good.
Now, where is Amagana?
I'm Ghana is gonna join us pretty
Okay.
probably in some few minutes time.
All right.
I think for now we are good to start. Then later let the others join in.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are 20 minutes, into the time. Then we can't wait for everybody to come.
All right.
So I hope we are all doing great by God's grace.
Yeah, we are doing well.
Yeah, we thank God. And it's
Mm-hmm.
another day with another discussion. So first off, I want everybody who has anything to say to open up. Let's say if you want to give any shout out or something before we start, I want to give you guys the opportunity. And if you have anything to say to the viewers as well, before we start everything.
Obetumi alowa song ne kakra.
Yeah, I'm even going to put it up. So,
Okay.
It's a good song though. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
then I'm gonna keep it in the
You know,
background
our
so I
song,
just see how it goes.
all the songs that we have in Ghana, I mean, it's so amazing. I can sometimes you just listen and then you begin to cry. Look at our flag, our flag, our flag, our flag.
Hey, but they said our flag has no meaning. The black stars
Oh
that
no,
like have you ever seen
don't
a black
mind
star
them.
black
Don't
star
mind them.
shining?
You know these people, they envy us. Look at their flag and look at Ghana flag. Look at our jollof rice and look.
They said black stars don't shine.
Oh, he doesn't understand. You know, he's not a Ghanaian, and he's been to Ghana for a long time. He's not ready to learn anything. You know.
It's regarding that issue. Rush, please, please. If you, if
Madam
you,
Vic, we can't hear you clearly.
yeah, I said turn the music down or off because I can't hear myself either.
Uh-huh.
No, I was going to say regarding that statement that was made regarding
Mm-hmm.
you know who, it was very ignorant on his part
Yeah.
and also very disrespectful.
Mhm.
Basically, he doesn't have a clue what is the purpose and the meaning behind that flag.
Yeah.
A star starts off as black as a black matter, then it explodes into stars. That's what it starts off
Mm-hmm.
as.
Yeah.
And the reasons why we have it in our flag, he should have bothered to learn why that flag is there. It
Mhm.
represents us as black people that we too can shine.
Mhm.
So to make that ignorant statement,
Yeah.
and what upset me most is it's not the fact that he made the statement, it's the fact that the so-called journalist did not question him, did
Mm-mm.
not pick him up on that,
Right.
and
It's like they were
also,
just giving. It's like they were just giving the opportunity to make mockery, of Ghana.
yeah, yeah, and it's been like that all a while. Every encounter, it doesn't matter who that this man encountered in terms of journalism, it's just making a mockery of our society at every
Mm-hmm.
time. And these people claim that they have been to journalism, they've been trained, I don't know where. How do you then make such, you know, somebody makes such a profound statement that is so wrong? You did not pick them up and question them on that.
Mhm.
So, our flag has a meaning. All the colors in the flag has a strong meaning. I suggest he should let his wife teach him to learn what is the meaning behind that flag.
But do you think the wife knows that? I don't think the wife knows anything about our flag.
Eddie, what's I said what the Eddie. I said what the more the meaning with
Oh
them.
yeah. Yeah, Vic, me, if I marry someone from a different country and the person is disrespecting my country, I will be there to correct my husband. Okay? Because that country was the country that I was born and raised. And I'm proud of my country. So I will not sit down for somebody from nowhere will come to my country and disrespect my country. You know, my flag, my food. And that man claimed himself to be Nigeria Ghana or Igbo Ghana. How come?
There
And
is
how
no
come?
there is no such thing as Igbo Ghana, or there is no such thing as Nigerian Akan, or Nigerian Gan, or
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian, Dagbani. There is no such. There is no such thing.
Me, I think
You know.
my concern right now is that one day we
And
have to have a press
please,
conference, you know, to let them know because it
we
seems
we we
like
we we are gonna come back to this issue, but
okay,
yeah, we have to start, now according to how it's scheduled. So By the
Okay.
way, Mr. Tukwe, welcome. Mr.
Atuko is
Tukwe.
gone. He's gone. Oh. He's come back. Atuko, we can't hear you. You're muted.
We can hear you.
You are muted. Oh no,
Oh,
maybe he will come
too
back.
bad.
Needs to go
Yeah,
and come.
he'll come back. I think he's having issues with the mic. So
No problem.
okay, so first of all, like once again, welcome and thanks for making time to discuss this issue. And Mr. Santi, are you available?
Hello, yeah.
Uh-huh. So let's kickstart the whole thing, and then the others will be joining in later. So I first want to start with land issues, especially with Ghanaians in the diaspora. I know for foreigners, it mostly turns out to be much easier for them. I don't know if that's the truth though. It turns out to be much easier for foreigners than Ghanaians in the diaspora wanting to, acquire land in Ghana. Some ends up getting, should I say, duped or frauded, or
Yeah. You want me to start on?
So yeah, and it's like I've heard. Okay, Mr. Tukwe, it seems you are having issues with your mic. Yeah. But don't worry, you can observe and just listen.
Have you checked your mute button? Have you checked your mute button? Yeah, you're very faint.
Yeah, Mr. Tukwe, try and see if you can
Go out and
unmute from line.
Go to your settings. Go to your settings, and then that's what I did.
yeah, and come back again. Yeah. No, I will stand on the land issue.
Okay. So first of all, I want to ask, how easy is it to, like, as you Ghanaians in the diaspora, to acquire land in Ghana?
I would say there are two fronts to this land issue. Certain parts of our cities is very choked, and there are hardly any lands available or fresh land. You may have to buy something that maybe is being developed, and then maybe you turn it into something you want. That is still there, but to get a fresh land in certain, particularly Accra, Kumasi, Takrade, Cape Coast, and other places like that, getting very, very difficult. Even Winneba. Now, you have two issues going on with the land. You have people that will come in, like say you talking about diasporans or people that lives abroad, or even Ghanaians that live abroad. Often when we trying to acquire land, what happens is sometimes in the past you don't do proper search, you get yourself into a lot of trouble. Because as you said, sometimes there's a family dispute, or there's not just family or stool dispute, and there's this person from this house who go and sell the land, and that person will come in and say that's not the right person to buy the land from, and so forth. And it creates a lot of issue. But if you take your time and do a thorough search, which many people don't do, many people do not do, if you take your time and do a thorough search, you will find eventually who owns that land and where you can acquire the land. Some people, sometimes because they too want to get it quickly, it's in the area that I want, I've got the money, I don't care. You end up with yourself in trouble. A lot of diaspora, and they'll be sitting on YouTube. I got cheated in the land in Ghana. I respond to them and I said, excuse me, how do you go to a country and within a month you want to buy a land? It's not done anywhere. So how do you then expect that somebody knowing perfectly well that you come in, you holding a lot of cash? Unfortunately, not everybody will be sincere. and they will use that opportunity to fleece you. So you too have to ask yourself, did I take my time? Did I do my checks? There are lawyers in Ghana that they can help you, to acquire land. They're good lawyers. I mean, you have to go by recommendation. I wouldn't suggest that you just go and take any lawyer. And if you pay them, sometimes some people want to circumvent it. They don't want to pay for their lawyers to come in and help them. But anywhere in this world, if you're acquiring a land, a property, you will need somebody that's got the experience and the know-how to do it for you. So it's up to you to do your due diligence and checks. You can be defrauded in anything, anywhere in this world. If you go and you leave yourself loose and open up. Anybody can take advantage of that. So all I would say to people that want to acquire land, that is acquiring land. There are other things that I want to talk about land, but that's acquiring land. Do your due diligence. Make sure you get recommended lawyer. There are people that actually set themselves up as an agent that also can lead you. And if you don't want to go through the process of maybe doing all the hard work, there are some people that at a fee will charge and do it for you. But just make sure they are genuine, get good recommendation. Don't just go by something that they put on the internet. You may also need to be on the ground, go and speak to people that maybe they worked it in the past, and then you can make your decision whether this person is good to go with and work with or not. And if not, you can always look for somebody else. Don't rush yourself. You do not rush yourself to buy a property. So do not also take the same kind of mentality to land. You don't rush yourself to go and buy land. You will end up in difficulty. So that's what I would say for now. But I've got other issues with land and how sometimes our traditional leaders, landowners, and family land, they behave. Believe me, it's everywhere. It's not just in Accra. It's spreading now. Now it's spreading everywhere. And that's what I would say regarding anybody from the diaspora going to buy land in Ghana or property. Do your due diligence. Double check and check and check again. Don't just rush because it's in an area that I like and you think, I got a bit of dollars and I could just exchange it and buy the land and this, that, and that. And in a few months down the road, you end up in difficulty. Some people, I believe, were even listening to people on the internet and just sending money to them. Thousands of pounds and dollars. Why would you do that? You will not, wherever you live in, whether in America or Europe or whatever, you don't do that there. So why do you think it's okay to go and do that in Ghana? You don't know the people. You just heard what they said on the internet. They are all over the internet now. Ghana is being sold under our feet, to be honest. I don't know where these people are getting the land from. They're developing this and that is all over the internet. Oh, you can come in and you are not on ground, but you believe what that person is saying on the internet. And they say, well, come and put this and that deposit down. They've been fleeced. They've been had. They've been conned. So many of them, and they're sitting there complaining that Ghana is full of con artists. If you leave yourself anywhere in this world, you can be conned. So that's what I would say for now. Anybody else can take it up and continue. Hello?
Rash, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you,
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry. Mr. Santi, please take the floor. What's your take on that? Like, with regards to Ghanaians in the diaspora, like how easy is the system for them to acquire land in Ghana, or is it that they face more challenges than foreigners in terms of acquiring land in Ghana, their homeland?
Well, it's quite difficult for Ghanaians to acquire land, like what Sister Vic was saying. Sorry. It's very difficult acquiring land, like what our sister was saying, especially in Accra and the big cities. Even in the small cities like Nkoko, where I come from, and that things. But one thing we should know is the fact that something is up for sale doesn't mean it is good or it is worth going to buy it. After all, when we go to these media houses to buy things like TV and refrigerators and other things, we take our time, look at it, look at the mark, and then we look at the guarantee on it before we put our money in to buy it. So why go in for such a precious item like acquiring land without actually doing your homework before you go in to buy? That's another thing. For we Ghanaians, personally, I also suffered something like that before in Kwabenya in 1993 when I went to Ghana and I was looking for a land to buy.
Okay,
We
so
have
you
something
have
called.
an experience,
Oh,
with
oh
some
yes.
land issues.
Oh yes, in Kwabenya, near Taifa there, from the station, from the
Okay,
Kwabenya
if you
station.
can share, if you can share that with us. Yeah.
I bought this land before I went to Ghana. I told my brother-in-law that I needed to at least have my own place where myself and my wife we can actually spend time when we are in Ghana. So he got this place for me. Unfortunately, this man did everything to give me the land, and it turned out that the man who gave me the land was not the real owner of that land. Somebody died, and then he forced himself on the stool. So he was selling the lands just like that, and then he sold the land to my brother, and through my brother-in-law, I bought the land. So when we went to lands, we realized that he is not the real owner of that land. Because when you buy the land, the first thing you have to get is the site plan. And then later you go to the lands commission. I think it was at Amasama in that area there. I don't know whether it's still there because it's a long time ago. And then we realized that that was not the real man who actually sold the land to us. And so it became a court case. Then they lost, this very person lost, his children lost the case. And so we had to go and see the real king who actually owns the land. So a lot of these things happens to people like that. So I will actually advise any Ghanaian who want to buy land to first, before he pays money, get the site plan, go to land commission, and then make your inquiries and see who owns that land, who actually owns that land. Because we have a case in Ghana where some people, because they have money, they always use money to influence others to become kings. I think this is not new to us. You see, so these people who are not the real royal lineage, who are supposed to be the owners or who are supposed to inherit these places, these properties, they will take it by force and then they will begin to sell. So in future, if you go to buy something from such a person, you are going to end up in trouble. So this is what my advice. But it's not difficult. It's not easy for a Ghanaian now to acquire a land in Ghana because of what is happening, and I think we shall talk about it later. Thank you.
All right. Madam Angie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Um, okay. I also have a little advice to be given to um every Ghanaian. It doesn't even matter if you are in outside or whatever, because the people are living in Ghana, they also having the same problems every day. So what Sister Vic and Mr. Sanchez said, um I mean they are right, because I also bought a land in Kwabrinya. Actually, my father introduced it to me. And at that time, I was like, oh, no, I'm too young. What am I going to buy land for? And my father was like, no, you won't be like this. So you have to buy the land. I sent the money, and then my father was going to give it to them, and I said, no, 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 wait. They said something called indenture. I need it. And then I requested. So they sent it to land, and they did the checks and all that for me. So it was the chief name appears over there. So it was good to go. So after that, they told me that I have to do the yellow paper or whatever. And then I sent money, I did it. And then after a year or 2 years, I heard that someone was using my land. So my father went there, and then they went to the lines. My name was showing over there. So to cut everything short, it wasn't the chief who sold the land to me. It was a different person that they gave the land to him to be sold to people. He was doing that. So it was very difficult. Yeah, because they didn't want to give me my land. But what helps me a lot was that my name was in a lines. I had my yellow paper and all that. So the second person that they sold it to him couldn't, went to the lines and registered. So all I can advise people is that when you are buying land in Ghana, you have to be smart and vigilant. Just get the indenture, go to the lines and check and make sure the person selling the land to you names appears over there. As soon as you get that, don't stop. Just make sure that you will register and get your yellow paper, because that will block the second person who will try to go and register or go and put his or her name over there. So that helps me a lot to get my land back. And then later, the chief also said, no, I don't want people to fight on my land. So there was one behind my land. So they gave that one to the second person, and then the case closed. So that is how we're supposed to do. Don't think they give you the land and then you see the place is very developed and all that. So you'll be, hurry to give them the money. Do the proper check before you give them the money. I think if you do that, you won't have any problem about that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. But Madam Vic, do
Mhm.
you also have any
I have one.
experience to share?
It's very funny. A similar situation like that, both Brother Isaac and Angela just said. There was a land that my father helped me. Me too. I was young at the time. He helped me acquire this land. Initially, we were going to use it for a project, and then there was a factory there. Well, like a quarry. So the place was quiet, and there was the data runs behind that. So it's quite a beautiful place. We didn't get to start the project, and then people started building around it, and we just thought, no, no, this project will not work here. So we need to find another place. Father helped me again find another place in Central Region, which was much better. So while we were pondering what to do with this land, they were building on it, but it wasn't all secure, but it was just at the end of the land. A little big. Anyway, one day we had a phone call. There's some boys in the area that want to take over the land. What was it? We went to see the chief in the area. He agreed with us. He's the family, the new person. He was a surveyor. He works in and he does all the check and everything for us. So the land we got it legit from the right people. Anyway, cut a long story short, we were going backwards and forth with the chiefs, and the chief said, okay, let's do this for you, let's do that for a fee, which we agreed to let them help her because they know the land, they know the area. It's best they do it. So we paid them and they were getting us like this yellow paper and all that stuff that we needed to get to this woman, they then went, those boys, they're from the same house. They went and sold the land to other people. My cousin was living behind the land. So he told people were coming, they said, don't develop this land. This is not the people who sold it. The owner was saying, now, this woman, she didn't want to start her putting up a building. We told her to stop. Oh, who are you to tell me to stop? I've got the land, I'll do what I want. To cut the story short, we have to go through the course. It cost us a little bit. And then she was found guilty. It was case was ruled against her. Wrong. She's already done foundation. You know, I at the point where she's the foundation, that's why we put an injunction on her. So she has to stop. Okay? When the court case went through, initially she came saying all that she owned it. And then when our lawyers and her lawyer me told us, her lawyer actually told us, no, you're fighting a losing battle. These people got the land legit. They got their documents. You can't do anything. So the best thing to do is stop it. Oh no, she's went on. It was ruled against her. The judge also told her she should pay us her cost. You know, up to date, she's not paid any cost. She's telling us that the cost that she put on there, the foundation that she built, we could use that to offset our costs. I said, did I tell you that's the plan I wanted to do? But she lost. So you know, there are other strategies that you can do. You know, that as I said, but make sure you are doing the right thing from the beginning. If you are doing the right thing, it might be difficult, it might be annoying. People will come in with money, like Brother Isaac is saying, but you will get your land. People think that, oh, sometimes the system doesn't work. Now the system works pretty well. You know, if you have done the right thing. But a lot of these people that complain, often they haven't done the right thing. You said, you buy from this person, and then another person will come in and speak to you, and you are in a rush to go and get it. You don't do your due diligence, are going to land. If you get the side plan, like our Brother Isaac said, you could take the side plan alone to lands. Lands just immediately tell you this land belongs to this family, belongs to this school, belongs to government, belongs to this. They will tell you straight away. They will even warn you if anybody is asking for money and nobody is don't give them money. So that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. So away from that, I hope you guys are aware that some foreigners are buying lands in Ghana, and especially the African Americans, and then quite recently we are hearing a whole lot of Nigerians also buying lands here in Ghana. And with regards to the Nigerians, there are some Nigerians, we learned there are some Nigerians even in South Africa who are looking to relocate to Ghana, not to relocate to Nigeria, but relocate to Ghana. And I've already even bought or acquired lands here in Ghana, so easily. Like, how come you guys faces all these challenges and they are, they easily got it done and all that? Like, what could be like some of the issues? Madam Angie, if you can start for us.
Okay. What I can tell about this is that the people are coming from, like, Nigerians coming from South Africa to Ghana to buy lands and houses and all that. They are not passing through the right channel. Okay, those people. They know the right, but they won't do it. And then I don't know if some of them are, listening to this program. They have to, make sure that what they're doing today, it's going to, affect them tomorrow. Because before you will come to somebody's country and buy land or houses, you have to have, the documents that supporting you to do that. But because they think Ghana is free, Ghana is cheap, and they have been saying that they don't take Ghana serious, so they don't even care what they are doing, if it's right or not. But Ghana is not cheap as they think it is. Right now, I have been hearing that immigrations are going to to places and see people who are renting their houses to them, the hotels and all that. So as time goes on, they are going to be regretted, thinking our system is very cheap for them to do things that we cannot do in Nigeria. Okay. So I will advise them that if they are buying land, they have to make sure that they are qualified before they will give their money to people, because sometimes they are not giving it to the right person. They are giving it to the wrong person. But instead of them to make sure that they will check and make sure the money is going to the right place or right person, because some of them are thieves, some of them are arrogant, some of them, they don't want to abide by the rules and regulations in somebody's country. They will just do their things anyhow. They will get it back, you know. And then when we talk about Black Americans, I think when they asked them to come home, Black Americans, they gave them, the land, free land. And then the Black Americans are okay because we Ghanaians asked them to come home and we gave them the land. So they don't have any problems than the Nigerians coming to Ghana and trying to, dominate Ghana because they have their own agenda. That is the reason why they are coming there. So right now, I will advise them to stop doing that because they're not going to stay in Ghana. We are not going to allow them to stay in Ghana. So they don't think
But
they.
speaking of that, I guess you are aware their king, that's the Igbo king, has acquired a very huge, land for his people. So how come you are saying they are not
Oh
going to be
yeah,
able to
they.
stay?
That's what I'm saying. They can do it because we didn't know about all these things. So recently that he came out and um and talk about all these things before Ghanaians, understand what is going on in Ghana. So right now, exactly what we are doing, we are not going to sit down. We have to do something about it because he himself knows that what he's doing is not right. In his country, Igbo will never sell his land to even his own people, Yoruba people and all that. Why are they rushing to Ghana and forcing themselves on us, our chiefs, our, presidents? And this is ridiculous that we need to work on it. So if he's listening to me right now, he should put this in his mind that everything that he's doing in Ghana, it is not going to go well with him. So it is better for them to stop what they're doing. Yeah, because we are not going to sit down. If our leaders, our ministers, or whatever, if they don't see what we are seeing as a citizen, this time we are not going to talk like youth. No, if you are a citizen of Ghana, you have to get up. We have to wise up because we won't sit down for people from nowhere to come and rape what they did not sow. You see what I mean? So if they have money, they think they have a rituals money that they will give it to people, so they will not go through, the procedures, proper, checks and all, good documentation. They will give the money to people and then they will give them the land. Eventually, it is going to go against them. So we are not going to worry about that because we know that in Ghana, there is law. But they think Ghana is free. Ghana is whatever because they are in Ghana doing whatever they want and nobody questioned them, nobody called them, nobody is doing anything to them. So they think Ghana is free for them to do whatever they want. And then eventually it's going to be a problem to them. Yeah, so they have to be very careful about what they're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Amagana, welcome. And by the way, can you hear me?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Can
Welcome.
you hear me?
Welcome. And thanks for the great job
Thank
you
you
are
so
doing.
much.
And everybody out there, all
Oh,
the
thank
viewers,
you.
please go check out Amagane's contents, subscribe to her channel, and then like and share so she can, get a wider reach, because she's really doing a good
Thank
job,
you.
and yeah, you needs to be, recommended. So
Thank you. Thank you very
so
much.
once again,
Thank you.
welcome. And I was asking them a question with regards to land issue here in Ghana and stuff. So
Yes.
first of all, I want to ask, have you tried acquiring land here in Ghana? How easy or difficult was it for you?
I actually acquired the land some time ago. My parents already had it, so we didn't go
Okay.
through the acquisition of trying to. It was already there, so I
Okay, so
haven't
you
experienced it
inherited
personally. But
it.
I've heard like nightmarish. No, I have not gone through it myself. So this land guards and things, I read about it, I hear about it, but I haven't gone through it. No, I have not. And good evening, everyone, by the way. Sorry about that.
Good evening, Amma. Good job. Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Amagane,
Thank you so much.
Metsiwan, Mayedi.
Mema
Amagala.
mema obi a ha wadwene wo yi adwuma pa wate yire ho nyame nyame nka.
So Rashid,
Ah, ah. Yes,
Madam,
na Ibo,
Madam,
so called Ibo King, no free cronim.
Yeah, oh my God, you're on the
yeah.
floor.
No, ma,
Yeah, go on. Amagana.
her connection is breaking up. Yay, internet problem.
Amagana. Please, okay, so let's.
Her connection is
It
not
seems
good.
you're having issues with your network. I'm sure. Please, have a check, then get back to the platform so I can add you. So, Mr. Santi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to ask.
Okay. Let Amagana finish, then I'll come back.
Hello, Amagana. Amagana. Please, log out and re-log in again, and let's see. So, Mr. Santi, that's Ghana back. Someone was saying, or let's say, what do you think about the African Americans trying to relocate back to Africa, like we did the year of return?
Okay.
What do you think if they are given the chance or giving a free land, like as in free, for them to relocate back to Africa? Because mind you, their forefathers are from here, right? So I was thinking those with the DNA, their DNAs are showing that they are from Ghana. Why not the government give them free lands so they can easily relocate back to Africa? Because if their forefathers were to still be here, they would have gotten that land for free and not be sold to them. So it's like they have been stripped off their, should I say, inheritance, stripped off their properties that they would be or could be enjoying by now. Not that. So if Ghana is having or is putting up a year of return, do you think it's wise enough to at least give them the chance or give them some freelance to relocate back to Africa just to like fit in as if, you know, their forefathers left it as inheritance for them. What do you think about that?
Okay, thank you. Well, the other day when we discussed that, I gave my opinion on that. This whole system of the year of return was actually badly done. It was not planned well. Now, when we go to, well, it is good that those who are coming, you give them a place to stay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it has been something planned, and then we say, okay, this time period, this number of people are allowed to come in, and then this type of people with some kind of investment wants to come in, and they should be given a place to stay and land, then it's okay. Now, let's go back to Ghana as a whole. The landmass of Ghana is about 268,000 kilometers squared. I keep repeating this thing. And the population in Ghana, Ghanaians, the rare Ghanaians, will be somewhere around 32 to 35 million. Now, if we divide, all of us should do the calculation right now with our computer or whatever we have in hand now. If we divide this landmass for each one of us, every Ghanaian is going to get 6.8 meters squared, not kilometers squared, 6.8 meters squared. So it means that even we Ghanaians, the indigenous people dwelling on our own land, is not even enough for us. So why then do we allow this huge mass of people coming into Ghana? Now, let's take, for example, the population of Black Americans, African Americans in Ghana. There will be about 45 million or something. They form about 1/3 or 1/4 of the population of the American population. Let's take the rare blacks themselves, the Africans themselves, not those mixed with the Mexicans and the others. They are about 40 million, 45 million. Now, let's say that when they declared, our leaders declared this year of return, and all these 45 million people have opted to come to Ghana. Where are they coming to stay? They are even coming to overshadow us, our population, which is about 35 million, to say, but not the least. We say, so it is not something that Ghana can afford to do that. The land is too small. If a country like Nigeria or Niger or even Mali is doing that, fine. But our land mass is very, very small. You see, including our rivers and the lakes. So we can't just allow everybody to come in, to just come to Ghana. Now, I usually tell some people I do have conversation with that the government, since Buzia time, I was very, very young on my mother's lap, sucking my mother's breast at that time. They were asked to practice family planning. They accepted it and they did it religiously. So at a certain point, they have been able to control Ghana's population to some extent. Now, do we want Nigerians to come and then fill up our population? Or do we want people from outside to come and fill our population? This is not fair to Ghanaians themselves. You say it, but there's this kind of, I may say, stupid attitude of the Ghanaian who embrace the foreigner and despise one's own. It's like my grandmother used to say, "Ohupo ninko na omani ebre." It is high time we have to look into ourselves and see some of these things that goes against the rare Ghanaians. If we don't take care, I think our sister Angie was saying that now the immigration office, they are going around checking people. This is just a face washing this thing they are doing. It's because of the elections. After the elections, nobody is going to control them again, and they will continue to come. Mind my words. It's because of the elections. This Galamsey thing, they are fighting, and after the elections, you see that, oh, Ehuru Ebejo, that is the saying that goes around. Ehuru Ebejo, they are going to leave everything, and then we go back as normal. We shouldn't be doing things the way we did some years back. This is the time to sit down and plan and do something well. Our leaders In fact, they should be very careful the way they are selling, especially kings and this thing, because it's going to have a serious repercussions on the country in future. You say these people who are coming, especially the Nigerians, they are coming to dilute our blood. This is what I think they are going to do. They are coming to dilute our blood and in future overpower us. So a time will come, we won't have any indigenous Ghanaian dwelling on the land of Ghana by itself. And the whole West Africa, our country, Ghana, is the only country with huge resources on our soil. So these are some of the things that we have to be very, very careful. Now, we take a country like Australia, for example. The indigenous Australians, the indigenous people there, their population has diminished. They've been killed, they've been overpowered, and they won't even be up to 100,000. If you don't take care in future, in not too distant future, our population as Ghanaians, indigenous Ghanaians, is going to be diminished, and we shall be overpowered by people. This is what we have to think about. You see, it's a very serious issue that we are talking about. Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right.
Raj, can I come in?
Please let me give Amagana the chance
Okay.
to
All right.
because Amagana, welcome
I'm sorry.
back.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Once again, in case you didn't
Good
hear me.
evening.
What
So
is the
you were
question?
talking
Mhm.
Land acquisition.
the land
Yes, okay.
acquisition.
So I haven't gone through it myself, but I've heard the stories. With the Igbo chief, everything, all this happened about 10 years ago, right? Those things that are now coming up. And it's almost like he was flying under the radar, getting away because our weak leaders, our traitorous leaders were giving him whatever, right? So this is not recent. So let's just say that he got the land. If he did, he's not going to keep it. I mean, the laws of, the way Ghana laws work. So he hasn't been able to do much. Even his Igbo school, I think he kind of started. So he's more of a talker, but I want him, the reason why I'm going through these things is for him to be aware that we now know of his shenanigans. And it's not going to work because even in Igbo land, and like in the next few days, I'm going to do one where their neighbors, there are like 5 states in the close proximity, and Neoma, their names kind of, I don't know how to pronounce them, but I'm going to work on it. So they are trying to make it into one, with the Igbo original people, I'm guessing, there are about 5 clans, let me say, and they are trying to unite to become one. And the Igbos are like loud about it, like come and join us. And I know there's one called Anioma or something like that. So it's their strategy, and I guess it's not working in Nigeria. And those people who are Nigerians say they don't want it because of the characteristics displayed. They come in, they don't know how to work with people. Look at you being married to a Ghanaian for 26 years. And I have yet to see him, apart from him taking advantage of Ghana, I have yet to see him with empathy. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like Ghana being the most he can be. All you think he doesn't want it.
Even to speak one of our indigenous language. I've never heard
He's proud to say
the last time he was interviewed on, I think, Kantanka TV.
Can Amma finish? Because you get the point. Let Amma
I'm
finish,
just
please.
checking something in.
the same
On Kantanka TV, he was saying, he was asked if he knows any, like he can make any statement in the local dialect, in Chi or something. And he was like, he's not good at languages. So he can't even mention a single word in our local dialect. After 26 years of living in Ghana.
Exactly.
He's dumb. He doesn't have any degree. He's not really educated person. Yeah, simple.
They just,
No, but it
that
doesn't even take a degree or education for you to learn someone's language. There
But
are
he
people
doesn't
out
respect
there.
Ghana. You have to understand that. He doesn't respect Ghana. The word Ghana, he doesn't respect it.
he doesn't respect us. It's what he can get. And that's the obvious thing. And we cannot let such people in because the reason why Nigeria, and this is veering off a bit, the reason why they have to work on their reputation is because it's almost like when you're in a relationship, right? And your partner, it can be girlfriend, boyfriend, or marriage, they cheat on you. The trust is shattered. So it's almost like a lot of countries let Nigerians in, we get along with you, and then you manipulate and you try to outwit and you try to think you are smarter. So now that trust has been shattered. And people are finding it difficult, even when you are shouting at the top of your lungs that we are legitimate, because once they open up and they dig through, there's something behind the scenes. So when you get defensive, it's almost like a relationship. The person you cheated on will want to see your phone. Everyone calling you will want to be checking your phones, and you have no right to deny it. So when we are checking you and asking you questions, you can't be defensive. And you cannot tell us that, you cannot gaslight us and say, no, because you've shattered our trust and you have to earn it back. So I just wanted to put that in because I can see a lot of the videos that we make, it kind of, not all of us. No, it's because when we opened up and we were emotionally vulnerable, you abused it. Now you have to prove yourself. And it takes a while before that proof, before that emotions will come back. So just think about that when you are dealing with a lot of these countries where you have abused their trust and they say no more. You have to earn it back and it will take a long time. So it is what it is. But back to the land. So I think it's more of what is it, bark, more toothless. I don't want to put words on it. But now that we are more aware, and our leaders are aware that our eyes are on them, he won't get away with so much. Let's just put it that way. Because now, then that's why I keep coming back on it so that people will become aware and he will know. I know a lot of them subliminally are sending messages. They are not calling my name per se, but it is what it is. I will keep shedding light so everyone knows and our leaders know that our eyes are on it. And whoever gave him those acres, secretly, she should go in the back door and go say, this is not going to work. Too many eyes on us. We'll return your money and give us back our land. It is what it is because it's Ghanaian land. They can't do that on their own land. He has no real love for Ghana. He spouts things, but I'm going to. 5 years ago, he was interviewed. Yes.
Amma, please
Go on.
do these investigations for us because what I heard was that he bought the land from Afrao, and when they asked the chief over there, the chief said no, he did not sell any land to him, but it was one of the ministers or whatever. So he has told him to go and get his money from the ministers. We want to find out if it's true or not because we don't want him to go ahead and buy that land. That land is for our future leaders.
It was done under cover. So there's something, it's not right. It's something, it was exchanged. Ghanaians, some of our greedy leaders just love money. Who knows what the minister was doing? They tried to take Achimota Forest. So everything comes out and then the government has a lien on it. You cannot just be selling land like that. But if you get an unscrupulous person who he is believing, he's excited, I will have all this land. And you go through it, you come and find out it doesn't even belong to the person. It's like family owned. Everybody in the family has to agree to it. So, he's doing a lot of things to impose, act grandiose and everything. But me, it is what it is. So, but I will look into it. I heard something along those lines. So, but I think there's something fishy about whatever the still was.
Yeah. So, beginning, we didn't know, and right now we know it, and we know that our leaders, they have failed us totally. We are not going to sit down. No, Ghana is not for only leaders. Ghana is for all citizens. So we have to get up and get our land, and tell them to leave our country. We don't need them. We don't need them. They are in Africa. They have their own country. You see what I mean?
Angie, please hold your bullets for me.
Oh yeah, this is so stupid.
It's really aggravating, I know.
Let's mind our
But
words, please.
on the African part, did
I'm
you guys
Ghana.
touch on the
I'm a
African
Ghana.
American one? Yes.
Yeah. So someone might ask why are we talking about just the Nigerians? How about the African Americans also relocating and buying lands and stuff?
Yeah. So the African Americans came, with Nanado, the year of return, which wasn't really Nanado's idea, our president's idea. It wasn't President Akufo-Addo's idea per se. It was the African Americans in Ghana. Because when I was in the US at the time and I was hearing the lingo, the language being used, it's not Ghanaian language. Let's just start from there. So, there's a very strong American community in Ghana, right? And so when the 400 years of, the time that the enslaved were taken from the shores, our Atlantic shores, to the Americas, Caribbean, and whatever, that year was coming up in 2019, around that part. They put together this thing, and then it worked for Ghana because Ghana wanted the tourism. But so it was a collaboration of the African Americans in Ghana. And I guess they approached people and they were like, this will work for you, they'll come, they'll bring. So it was more because Ghanaians didn't think of it. So people try and put it on Ghana. But the Ghana government was very clear when you go to their website that this is a tourism venture. And the African Americans who were in Ghana saw it as a way to build bridges, because a lot of Americans have been fed all kinds of information. So they were like, okay, let them come and experience it. So that is that. When they came, there was a king, I think in Central Region, who gave them like Asebu. I think it's called Asebu.
Yeah, Asebu. The Pan-African village. Yeah.
Yes. So you can go there and purchase land. But even that, I think some of the African Americans themselves and some dubious Ghanaians have gotten involved. And instead of the chief, because you don't really have to pay anything apart from processing fees. But usually, when you go somewhere, you want to be with your own kind. Like when a Ghanaian goes, you want to eat kenke, shito. So you find a community of Ghanaians and then you start venturing out. But the African Americans, when they come, there's a community of them. However, there are a few unscrupulous ones who, instead of telling them that you don't have to pay anything apart from the processing fee, they sell it to them as though it's land, but it's not. It's a gift. It's I'm not going to say gift so that people think it's free, but there's a processing fee, administrative fee, and that's all you have to pay if you go to the right source. So theirs is totally different from what other foreigners, Nigerians, the other our neighbors, basically. So because that is a separate thing that was put into, I don't know whether it's a law, but it's something, an agreement kind of. So that's separate. So they come, they get a plot of land, they start building, and that's totally separate. I don't know whether the Nigerians feel that and I don't know whether we all understand the concept, because if we do, then we'll know that those are so far from far away. And that's why they are getting it like that. Those who want to come, just to ease their way into, because it's not easy. When we travel, it takes a long time. It takes about 5 years before you become used to, the system, sometimes even longer. So when you come, you need a place, a soft landing to kind of ease your way into it. And so that's the thing. But you guys are 45 minutes away from us. Your land is huge. I don't even know why it's a contention between the two countries, because we don't get it from Togolese. We don't get it from Ivorians. It's the Nigerians who, they want to impose on people. And when they want to impose, they don't want to become part of you. They want to be separate. It's not going to work. Go be separate in your own land, and that's what Ghanaians are boldly, and will be bold. You can call us any which way. You can tell us South Africans are xenophobic.
Oh yeah, we don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care. Even in their own country, they are xenophobic. Yeah.
Thank you. So we don't care. Let us be clear about that. We don't care because we don't
care.
hate you. Otherwise, what if we want to bring back memory? Yes, you say that 69, the Aliens Act came and you left, and so in retaliation, I don't think it was retaliation. Presidents do whatever, but anyway, Ghana must go pay. Most of the people died. Like my parents, one of them, like a teacher died. I will never forget it. My parents' teacher, what Mr. say. So when people are saying people have real life experience, it's real that people die.
So
Because
I've even had people calling me, telling me some of the stories. Some were actually the victims, and they give me a whole lot of stories and what went on, what happened, and all that. I think one day I'll be bringing them on to tell their stories, in one of the live programs.
I know someone, but he never returned. So I know for a fact it's not a hearsay. And that's one.
Sorry, Amma. Sorry to butt in because you're talking about someone. we also in our area, there was this young man. We were very young at the time. I was young, and he was a bit older than I think he was in his like early 20s. We were very young, and we heard he went to Nigeria as well. And a few years down the road, we heard that somebody went and shouted at him, "Ole, ole," like "Julo, Julo," and killed him there and then. It later transpired that he wasn't a thief. Apparently, if they shout that word on you, within a second you'll be gone.
Rob, that's
They beat you up, put a tie, and that went on with the Ghanaians a lot, I believe.
Yeah, because you know what happened, Sister Vic. Their wicked president gave them Ghanaians 2 weeks to leave the country, and he said if they don't leave, he's going to handle over to the citizens. So he rather handle Ghanaians to the citizens to do whatever they want to do to them. And now these people, these wicked people, I hate them. To be honest with you,
hate is too strong of a word for them.
sister, they kill my father's. Listen to me. They kill my father's brother. They killed my father's brother. You see what I mean? But now look at what they are in Ghana doing. They just don't want to follow the rules. They want to be bossy on us, and that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because it's only the Ghanaians who will be tolerant like this. So, can you imagine if the tables were turned and Ghanaians were there like this and do this? But it's only now that people were so hurt that when they came, they didn't even say anything. I had an aunt who went and got married to one. Do you know the husband passed away? I'm not going to mention names. The husband passed away because apparently it's kind of big because he died in let me not say it because people might be able to locate it. But she cannot return to the house that the man built for her there. She has run away. She said, no way, because they locked her up. She's saying the story is like a movie. So when we are saying, she said they locked her up. One day she was able to sneak up. It's like, is it real? Are you like, so it's a whole lot of me. I haven't been, so I can't say it from personal experience. I do know of someone who died doing that. So when we are speaking, it's because of what we've experienced, and you cannot gaslight us and to forget it.
Sister Vic, if they killed your father or your mother, you understand where I'm coming from. And then you can understand that what they are doing in Ghana now, killing our people, doing yahoo, armed robbery, and so on and so forth. Do you think Ghanaians did the same thing in their country before they started killing them? They did the same thing over there?
No,
never.
Yeah.
No,
so we are talking from the experience. We are talking from how these people are so wicked.
For now.
And now they are in Ghana.
Can I just say something quickly? Can I just say
all right.
Let's inspire for that.
In the diaspora.
Let's just jump into the other question. So
no, I just want to say something about the African American or blacks in the diaspora in the Caribbean.
Please end it and let me jump to the next.
Okay, what I was going to say is that we have to put them as a special case. We cannot mix them all up with the West African nationals who have their own land, their own land,
continental.
Because their situation is different. Their circumstance, they were forcibly taken. Many of them have an interest in exploring and coming back to Africa. So the year of return, even though it had a good intention behind, it wasn't planned properly, like Brother Isaac said. It wasn't planned well at all, because you should have catered for X amount of people coming in, and what is it going to be? They should have really put a lot of thought through it. Okay, now they've come. I think now they've come. Vast majority of them are making a very positive contribution to our society. And the idea that they should be given free land, I'm sorry, now there's no free land in Ghana. So everybody, even if you go to your own family land,
they don't have any. They have to purchase.
Yeah, even if you go to your own family land now, you want some, you have to pay. So if they will have some, but I know within the laws, there's special dispensation for them. They can buy the land. They could even get a lease as we Ghanaians can get. But our
Yeah.
land
Don't.
laws is very clear that
Mhm.
you from West African regions, you're not considered as a Ghanaian to get the land on the same list as us. They know that. But
Mhm.
as you're saying, our
Mhm.
brothers and our neighbors, fourth brothers and sisters, they are taking advantage of our weak
Mhm.
laws, our weak
Mhm.
leadership, and they are
Mhm.
doing whatever they can. But the law,
Exactly.
even our law, does not permit somebody to acquire that amount of land this man claiming he's got.
Exactly. So what?
The law does
And
not
that's
permit
what
that.
we're having.
So something shady has gone on, and we all need to
Exactly.
get to the bottom of it. That's all I want to say.
That didn't work. Yeah. Whoever sold it did a number on him. It's not going to work.
Thank
Oh
you.
You better
yeah.
go for
If our
So
leaders want to do that, we the citizens that we know now, we will never sit down. We will never sit
yeah,
down. We will take what
exactly.
belongs to because how can we give our land to people like Nigerians? They have their own land. What
Mhm.
land are we? Our children, our grandchildren, our future leaders are going to use? They should come and tell us. The leaders should come and
okay,
tell us. You
Angie,
know, so we are
I'm
not
gonna come to you. I'm gonna give you the floor to um,
okay.
express yourself some more.
Because this
But
is
this
so
goes to
annoying.
Mr. Ganaba, Mr. Santi.
Is Mr. Santi
Yeah,
there?
Hello.
Prof. Yeah, I'm here.
Um,
Uh-huh. So now I want this question goes to everybody. When it comes to Nigerians, there are different tribes, a whole lot of them. The few I know of are the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Ishams, the Calabar, and I think and the Hausa. Yeah, that's the only ones I know. So
Mhm.
Nigerians are asking, or the Igbos are asking, of all these tribes, and definitely most of them are here in Ghana, especially the Hausas and the Yorubas and all that. So why are we talking about Igbos? Why do we focus on Igbos? Or is it that we are focusing on Igbos, or like what is there, with regards to the Igbos issue that we are
Well,
hammering on more than the other tribes?
if you want me to answer that question, I will answer it.
Yeah, you have the floor.
Um, I was in Ghana, I think the late 70s. I attended school at the Ghanaian German Technical Training Center, where omnibus service, Carnation, behind the city engineers. That's where I attended technical school. Now, those years, we had these Chadians who were coming in. We saw them with their babies at their back, and they were carrying their babies. Then after that, we had the Ethiopians. I remember 4 of my schoolmates were from Ethiopia. When this man, the soldier, overthrew his Lassie, and some of them were displaced, some of them found their way to Ghana. So the United Nations was taking care of them, and they brought them to our school. Then after that, we had these Liberians coming in their numbers. In Ghana, we've had to deal with a whole lot of people coming in at a certain time and certain periods. And most of them has not been a problem with Ghanaians. Even our grandfathers who own cocoa farms at Enchi, Wasa, and a whole lot of areas in the forest areas, they had to rely on people from Burkina and the North Mali to actually tend to the farms. Now, when it comes to the Nigerians or the Igbos, as you are saying, we don't have any problem with anybody, but we have problem with crime. People who are coming to our land trying to overpower us trying to indoctrinate us, trying to tell us that we are so stupid and we don't know what we are doing, and trying to throw their ways about and trying to disrespect our kings and our laws and our traditional rulers. We are against that. And these are the people who are actually doing that. That is why the torchlight is on them. If they had come in quietly, obeying the law and trying to integrate in our society, and then doing what the law says, no, I don't think anybody will complain about them. But even here, I still have a problem that we cannot allow everybody to come in. Now, when we look at the West, how do you call it? The West African sub-region, the so-called ECOWAS region now. We have the Mali, the jihadist insurgents in Mali, Burkina just close to our doors. And then we have Niger, who are fighting these jihadists. Then we have Boko Haram in Nigeria. They themselves have not even been able to overcome this Boko Haram who are terrorizing them. These Boko Haram terrorists, they are Fulanis. A whole lot of them are Fulanis. They have not overcome them. Then we in Ghana, we open our doors wide to allow these people to come in. Hey, I don't know what is wrong with us. I just don't know, and I cannot bring my head to think of why should we do such a thing when just around us we have the whole West African sub-region is on fire. Why should we allow so many people to come in to our country? They are bringing crimes. You see, Kasua, I think yesterday I gave a certain comment under your one of your postings, and I think either you deleted it or something like that. I don't know whether you read it. And Kasua is a no-go area now. When the police people wants to go to Kasua, the Nigerians living there will tell them that place is not a border town, so they won't allow them to come. Say, can you imagine doing that in Nigeria? I never stepped in Nigeria apart from stopovers that I did in Kano and then 2 times in Lagos with Alitalia and KLM, but never stepped in Nigeria before. But I know that in the 80s, when Ghanaians were there, every Saturday they were executing people, and not every execution that they did on Saturday, a Ghanaian was among them, and they accused this Ghanaian of being thieves. One day they summarily executed 11 Ghanaians that same day, 11 Ghanaians. You say, and so why should we allow so many people to come into our country? This is not fair to us, and it's not going to work. It's going to create problem for us. People, we must sit down and then do whatever we can to stop this nonsense of ECOWAS with people trooping into our country. We don't have enough spaces. You see, here in Germany, as I live now, when people come in with the boats through Libya and other things, they send them to concentration camps. I work with them. They send them to concentration camps. They take their fingerprints and they take their cases. They give them vaccinations. Then they give them time. They don't just allow them to go out just like that. But what do we see in Ghana? We don't even have the resources to build concentration camps for people to live in. Our prisons are choked with these Nigerians. Should my grandmother go to the market, or should my wife go to Makola market, or should my sister go to Makola market, sell something, pay taxes, and then we use her taxes to feed a Nigerian criminal? Is it fair? Hey, people, let's wise up. This is not fair. And this has been my argument, and I'll continue to dwell on this. We can't allow everybody to come in. Whether you are Igbo or Yoruba or whatever, you have your place in Nigeria. Stay there. There's no war in Nigeria. Why should you be trooping into our country? If you are a refugee, fine. But they are not refugees. Are they refugees? No. Is this man, so-called Igbo king in Ghana there, is he a refugee? No. Why should he be allowed to be celebrating his Yam festival? Oh, no, sorry. He should go back to his country, celebrate the Yam festival there, and then come back to stay with that.
This is
But
the
they
last
can't
time
troop
for him.
into our country. They can't troop into our country. Like, they are not refugees. They have their country. So they should go there and stay there. If there is war, okay, fine. We cannot allow. It's even against international law to sack refugees from your land. But if you are not a refugee, why can't you stay in your place? Why? What is wrong? What is wrong with our leaders? What is wrong with our leaders?
Okay.
Can I go?
Yeah. So let me let Amagana in before.
Okay.
Yeah. So Amagana,
Yeah.
why
So we
all the
why is
time the
it
Igbos?
right? Why are we
Why are you guys not
focused
talking
on the
about the Igbos more? Like, why are you not talking about the houses? Why the Igbos?
Okay, so first of all, in Ghana, the Hausas have been here for a while. When they came to fight the Ashanti War, Yorubas too, I guess, were part of that. Okay, so they were there. They are in our midst, like the brother said. Is it Chadians? I don't know how they're called. The people from Chad came, Ethiopians came. People come through and then go back, in waves. So the Yoruba and Hausa people were here. They were doing their thing. I think Buzia noticed the Yorubas were kind of getting too much in '69, so he's like, let's redress this. And then they came in back again. So they learned the lesson the second time round, and they're like, let's just mind our own business and do what we have to do. The Igbos came, and also because of whatever the new flag that they're fighting for. I don't know whether it's allowed to mention it, the Biafra thing they're fighting for. So
Yeah,
they
the
always are
Biafra.
looking for a place. Yeah, they're always looking for a place to hack their, whatever. However, they in them know, they believe that they are. I don't know whether everyone is God's child. God loves us all. However, I think they think they are the apple of God's eye. So wherever they go, they have to be, seen and showy and try to the thing that irritates where they go is that they try to suppress the people who the land belongs to. And that era where, as I came in and got was kicked out, where the Aborigines of Australia were decimated, no,
Mm-hmm.
the Aboriginals, those are people. It's those days are gone, where you could slaughter people and suppress them because there were Native Americans in the U.S. Canadians have it too, but that era is gone. People are now nationalistic. You cannot come in their space and do whatever you want to do. You cannot. It's just an impossibility. So for them to come and then they are demanding rights when they say no retail, and now weak leaders allow you to get away with it, then you don't fight the citizens who want you to go because there's law states retail is for Ghanaians. So for you to come and our weak leaders to allow you, and the people Gupta said no. Is it Gupta or Gupta? Yeah, but the people who oversee that area. They said no. And then you are going to fight, call your government, and then our president entertain them. But when they lock the border, you should have seen. We are Ghana. You see, you haven't seen anything yet. We'll show you. And they were just blooming. Just say they didn't even respect. And we don't do what you will to protect your people. Yes. So when we are doing eyes to protect us, don't talk to them. Don't come at us because you did what was good for you because fake rice was coming to your country or whatever, and do it then. But when Ghana is doing it for them, and we haven't even done it to the extent that we should, and you are still trying to be like the citizens. And no, must get it through. Those days get like
Yeah,
everyone is listening.
so
Send it to the parents. Those days are over. Retail is going to be for Ghanaians. Let's just start from there. And I'm going to leave it at that. So they are too showy, only a too known. They want to come in and do what the citizens, even the citizens are reluctant to do sometimes. It won't come on. The literal translation, it won't work. So you better. That's why the Igbo king, have you seen a Yoruba king throwing his weight around like that? No. because, but when they saw that the Igbo king was getting away with it, you see that they started saying we are related to God, blah, blah, blah. You see, they were trying to show themselves too, because they saw that Igbos
Yeah,
were
they
getting
also
away with it.
started granting interviews and stuff.
Thank you. Because they were like, oh, these people are getting away with it. How about we too? We show our, we raise our necks a bit, but we shut that down. So the Igbos are too loud. You do too much. This is not your country. Get it through your mind. You say you want
Uncivilized.
your children who have Ghanaians to be Igbos. Take them to Igbo land. You say you want those kids to be Igbos. You don't want them to be Ghanaian and half. So take them to Igbo and train them. You see, the Bible says if you are religious or bring up a child the way you want it, and it will not. When you grow up, it won't depart. I'm paraphrasing. So take them there and train them. But if you want them to be Ghanaian, then let them be Ghanaian. But it's not going to be half. You have instilled in them, say you are Igbo, Igbo, so that they'll come and fight the Ghanaian children on their land. It won't happen. It will not. We are prophesying over it right now that it will not come to pass. So get it through your mind.
Madam Prophetess, you. Okay.
Prophetess.
Madam Vic.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just add that, for me, when we're talking about these issues, we have to be practical. As Brother Isaac said, Brother Peter is not here today. Brother Isaac said, in terms of the land mass that we have, we're not that big. Secondly, if you go to every corner of Ghana now, there's a community that's settled hundreds and hundreds, some of them thousands of years. If you look in our history, settled on the land everywhere in Ghana. There isn't that much of a space for us to be taking in everybody that wants to come in, particularly with their population. We can't handle the masses that they are coming now. Because, excuse me to say, economically, we even are at a disadvantage. They have a bigger population, they have a bigger land, they also have much more wealth than we have. And most of these, I don't want to be like singling out, but as Amma gave a little bit of history about when the Yorubas and the Hausas and the Fulanis, and even some Mendes, and all that they came in with the British and fought the Anglo-Ashanti wars. Some of them stayed. The British actually encouraged them to stay. And that's why we ended up having the Nzongos and all that stuff. And the Yorubas were actually working with the British. They were like the head of administration. So basically, it's like we the Ghanaians. At the time, the British were ruling over us. Ashantis were very angry after they lost the war. So they went to Kumasi and Ashanti region and licking their wounds. And the British surround them with all, that's why if you go to Mansia, the Nzongos have surrounded them. That's what the British did, yes, to keep an eye on the Ashantis so they don't rise up again. And then the time went on. The other groups in the coastal people got together. They started, galvanizing for independence, and they basically. So even when the independence was going on, the Ashantis were pretty quiet a bit about it. And then the other parts, they rose up and then they fought, and then the independence came on. When the British at the time they were leaving, the Yorubas were like the top of administration. The houses were in the police and the army. The British even made a statement that they are never going to put. They said Ashantis, by the way, but I think they meant really Akans. But they said they will never allow the Ashantis or anything in the police or the army. They did make a statement like that. So the houses and the other people that they came with, they were in the army, they were in the police, they were the Yorubas were like heading the administrations for the British. So gradually, as we got our independence and
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
I
Sister
can.
Vic is. Sister Vic.
So, okay, so Angie, please take the floor. So, like I was asking, there are Yorubas, there are houses, there are a whole lot of, other tribes, other Nigerian tribes here. Why the Igbos.
Okay. We Ghanaians didn't know the difference, so they told us. Okay, I think Sister Vic is back.
Sorry, guys.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what happened. Anyway,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
don't know what happened. Let me
yeah, you
continue.
can continue.
Yeah, I'll just give a brief history on that. So after our independence, Nkrumah, Nkrumah was a full Pan-Africanist. One Africa, this, one that, and he was doing all that stuff, which even got his administration in trouble because he uses a lot of our resources to help all the other countries to fight their independence. Guinea, for instance, when the French left, the Guinea people said, no, we don't want anything to do with them. When they got the independence, French literally destroyed the country and left. And then Nkrumah helped them a lot. So Nkrumah used our resources. So within a short time, even though in his situation, Ghana was literally almost bankrupt. But that's another story. He tried. The reason why he wanted to bring in they brought in the alien flying law. There was also a lot of criminality in
Rash,
Accra.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
In Cape Coast and those places where so many other foreigners have come in, and it was a mess. So he brought in that and he tried to push it, but because being in Pan-Africanism, he didn't really do it wholeheartedly. When Busia came, the issue was still there. Ghana felt dominated by people that came in with the British, and then the criminality and other stuff that was going on. So Busia stood and said, okay, that's it. Those who can regularize, those meant was who were in a country at the time of independence, realize, and those that come in with their criminality, they should leave. And so many of them, actually, many left also at Nkrumah time because they were afraid that the Ghanaians may revenge on them because of what the history has gone on. So many, and as you said, gradually some coming back because they've had ties done and they were coming back and houses and Fulanis. They started coming back. So if you look at the history of Ghana, we have lived with foreign, we had Moses, we had people from Burkina, Mali, as Chadians, as I've never seen some of the and all that. We've never really had much problem. Currently, the rate that they are coming in, we cannot sustain it. First of all, we don't have the economic support to them. Secondly, we don't have the landmass. Many of them, as this man particular has made it very clear to us, he doesn't have any intention of what's the word? I mean, so only a beb carbon and the Europe, so any be separate or just as or yeah, and that. To me,
Please check your mic, okay? Your mic keeps breaking.
okay, sorry.
So if you can position yourself well.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that. Further down the line, this kind of thing, if it's not checked, will create issues. And let's face facts. Because as you said, every community has settled, they have their ways, they have their means, they have their tradition and their culture, and they want to maintain it. And they don't want anybody to be coming in, forcing down their throat, we are this and that and this. So do this and that and the other. No, nobody wants that. So if you know that your festivals, your language, your this and as you said, Nigeria is not in crisis. Their land is still there. They can go back there and do all that there. Nobody has any issue with them. Exactly. But you're coming in, you keep saying that, oh, we are running your country. How are you running our country? Are you the one investing in our roads? Are you the one building our hospitals? Are you the one building our school buildings, or are you the one investing in education of our children? Are you giving us security? So how are you helping us develop our country? You are in there, your sole mode of operation is you go to other parts of the world, shipping goods, and then come to Ghana and fight over shops and store places in the markets with our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, uncles, fathers. We cannot allow that. Because this kind of job is the one that sustains people like myself. I have family that were running stores and shops. That's how they used to bring us up. Ghana does not have the amount of job to support that. The job isn't there. The government is trying to create jobs. So we cannot have many people coming in to pile on top of it, bringing social issues. Currently, a few of the good policies that this government have, I'm afraid the education, and the health. I am really scared because often we have a good idea, we'll be running it within a short time, it will collapse because of not being able to sustain it. So it will not work. And this ECOWAS protocol that I believe is not working, people are abusing it. Coming to the country 30 days or is it 90 days, leave, or if you don't have any, if you didn't come in with the employment or company may bring you in, or if you're not sustaining yourself or you don't have a job, leave. Now people are coming in. You go to our streets, young girls have lined up. I mean,
Exactly.
it's too much. It is too much.
And
The problems, the social issues that's piling up is too much. We cannot cope with it. So there's
no,
about time our government put their foot down and do something. Others, push the ECOWAS rules, or Ghana has to be part of ECOWAS and let everybody go their
yeah,
way because it's just not
exactly.
helping us. So
No,
at the end of the day, all I would say to conclude is, we cannot afford it. We are not that rich. We are rich, but our resources, we all know, it's been mismanaged.
exactly.
So we cannot sustain what is happening. The rate
No,
that they are coming, we cannot sustain it. The African Americans that I remember I had an argument with somebody, oh, you Ghanaians, you align the African Americans by your own brother 2 doors away. You don't want them to come. I say, listen, the African Americans they are coming in, they are self-sustaining. They are self-sustaining people. Many are coming in with their
and those
resources.
who are trying to return, when they come and it's too hard, they just go back.
They go
Like
back.
they don't
Yeah.
stay because they're not going to hustle, so they just
And
leave. They don't stay.
they are not in the market fighting with our mothers and our sisters and our
Exactly.
brothers and our dads and uncles over stuff. They are not doing that. And it's not even just them. And there's another group, the Chinese as well with their galamsey. You know, we have to be tough as Ghanaians because
Yeah.
if we're not, we're going to store up masses of problems for the generations behind us. So
A lot.
that's my
May I
fear.
chip in real quick after her? I just wanted to add to what she just said. It's going to be really short. The where it comes in, you know how the British was setting up the houses and what's that? Yoruba. You know, we are just blessed that nothing happened in Ghana because that's what happened in Rwanda. That one Tutsi or Hutsi, one was always, you know, they'll measure your nose and you would be an officer. You know, those things, that's why we learn from history. So you don't just go blindly. It's just that Ghana is peaceful. So some of these things, we just are blessed that it didn't come. But these are things that trigger. So I just wanted to add that when she was talking.
Yeah, but you know, something that's going to cause trouble years ahead. You cannot say because you're peaceful, so you sit there blindly and watch it. How can one man come into your land and acquire
And buy this.
so huge
And
amount
you
of
are sitting watching.
the chief that sold whether sold or did not? Are they thinking
Such a
about the
creator.
generations behind them? Are they? Where are they going to live? At the moment, as Brother Isaac said, our land is not that big. We're not even thinking about going forward where we'll be growing food to eat. The reason why food is so expensive in our cities, now it all has to come from farm because all the farmlands around big cities are being sold now. They're not being sold. You know,
Yeah.
we're not thinking about the environment. So now food has to come from far. That is why food
And
are
I
very
think that side
expensive
of
in the
land is
city.
for farming. It's not for building a village. It's for farming. Unless it's an estate that is planned,
Yeah,
it's for
those
farming. That
land in
side is
that,
for farming. I don't
you
even
know,
get it.
those land in a flower
Okay.
is superb for farming. They're good land for farming, and
Exactly.
they should be left to farm because what are we going to eat coming in the future?
Yep.
All right. So, Madam
I would
Angie.
like to, if I would like to
Yes.
come in here, if I would like to come in here, I think our sister Amagana was referring to Rwanda. Rwanda is even too far. Let's look at Ivory Coast, what happened there, the
Okay.
slaughter that happened
Please.
there. It's because of this,
Exactly.
it's because of this mixture of people from all over the places that actually caused that. So if we don't take care, this is what we are going to experience in future in Ghana. If we don't rise up and stop this amalgamation of our country and that kind of thing, we are going to have someone who will not be a
They
real
want to
Ghanaian who will not be
That's
a
a
real
danger.
Ghanaian, who will try to take power one day, and he will slaughter everybody who will rise up against him. So this is not a small matter to be sitting under the tree eating ice cream and discussing it. This is a very serious matter. Thank you.
All right. So Angie, you can please come in.
Okay. Like I
So
was saying,
why the Igbos? Like,
yeah, like I was saying, we Ghanaians didn't know the difference, so they taught us. Okay, and then any crimes, I mean, going on in Ghana, we can see 80% are the Igbos. Okay, because I am not saying they are the people who come out and then explain it to us because it wasn't too long ago, and Ella came out. They said Yoruba, 3 people tried to kidnap somebody in Ghana or whatever. So this woman came out and then explained everything to us for us to know the people who were doing that were, I mean, Yorubas.
Wait,
So it's
recently
not
or is
like
that
it's.
recent? Is this a
Excuse me.
recent story or is it been a
Yeah,
while? This
it's about a week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
okay.
you know. So we Ghanaians, we didn't know. We used to call them Nigerians. That is all we know. So for us to know the difference, it's not our fault. So they shouldn't put blames on us. Okay. And then we got to know that these Igbo people, they don't follow the rules and regulations when they enter the country. Okay. They want to be bossy on someone's land. They are rude and arrogant. Okay. I sometimes question myself if these so-called giants of Africa have ever come across the word courtesy before, okay? Because they don't respect anybody. They will come to your country. You know, we have a lot of people, a lot of countries living, I mean, in Ghana, we have Lebanese, we have Chinese, we have Indians. You and I, when was the last time that we heard Lebanese people are killing Ghanaians? Chinese are killing Ghanaians. Indians are killing Ghanaians.
Listen, the Chinese, I will not let them go like that because you know the issue we have with them. So I wouldn't say they're
They
doing
must
us any favors.
yeah,
Yeah,
me neither.
okay.
They must treat
So
Ghanaian. They used to.
these
Now
pe-
they're just
these people are so loud in our country, and they don't want we Ghanaians to feel comfortable in our own country, on our motherland. Okay, so they always come out and say we hate them. Ghanaians, we don't hate them. They want
nope.
a peaceful place to live, but they don't know how to make peace for themselves. Okay? Ghanaians don't hate Nigerians, but we hate their attitude. We Ghanaians, I mean, if Ghanaians, hated Nigerians, then we wouldn't have opened our doors for them to come in. Simple. So all we want them to understand right now is to obey our commands. If they are not ready to obey, they have their own country. Okay? They can just go there and do whatever they want to do. Right now, Yoruba people and Igbo, Yorubas are asking Igbos to leave on their land. Igbos, are they not Nigerians? But you are sitting comfortably in somebody's country and try to let your own brother to live on your land. Then Ghanaians, we are too good, because they know Ghanaians, we are reserved too much. That is why they are taking us for granted, you know. So we are not going to sit down for people from nowhere to come and detect for us what we should do. They are killing us. They are doing yahoo yahoo. They are doing sort of, bad things in our country to, tarnish the image of our country. Are we going to sit down because they will come out and use the word, big word, xenophobia or xenophobic or whatever they use the word? We don't care. We don't care. All we care right now is to get our peace of mind, peace of, you know, minds to stay in our own country.
At the
So
moment, at the moment, as it stands, certain places in Accra, you cannot go there as a family to even have a relaxed time. You go there,
exactly.
you go in there with your man, a husband, as a couple, and you see girls blatantly coming to you in your face, accosting the
Wow.
man. Yes,
Oh.
in Accra,
Whoa.
in Accra, the men
Hmm.
cannot go and sit
When?
in a place and sit there quietly. They're going to have these girls.
Oh,
Some of them are far too young. What is our government doing about it? This is a bad image
we need a strong
disaster.
government, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a
And
strong.
one thing I don't understand here is that you are living in somebody's land. A lot of people are in that country, but your name is being selected, mentioned every day. Why can't they sit down and work on it? And when we come out and talk about it, Rush, you put video, I think 3 days ago, and I was reading the comments. I heard one saying that Ghanaian students start what they cannot finish. Okay,
Really?
so
Exactly.
they always come out
Mm,
and threat us. You know,
yes.
so these are some of the things that we've been talking
Really?
about over and over. That
What did
these
he
are
say?
not the kind of people that we can mingle up with them. You know, so we the citizen, we have known that our leaders have failed us, but we the citizen, we have to get up. They need to leave our country, either they like it or not. Look at this lady, call a Lily Ogini or whatever. Yesterday, I was watching one of her videos. This girl said the immigration called her to come to immigration. Do you know that? The message that she sent to the immigration people, she told
Oh,
them that they should come to, her house. She
Can you
she would
really?
never go there.
I
So
saw that. I
I
did. Yeah.
I always I always question myself. These Nigerians taking YouTube content in Ghana, they are all fake. They are all rude. They are all arrogant. They are not the people that we think they are. Because in America, if immigration people write a letter to me to come to see them in immigration, I have no any what do you call it? I can't interrogate them. I cannot tell them to come into my house. I have to go there
What do
and
you
see what they have
expect
for me.
when a
you get the
so-called
message.
self-imposed king carry himself to your local police station, give him a
Yeah.
word, give him reward or whatever, announce himself like I'm the king of the town. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? So what do you expect?
It's
They
because
take us for
the
they
systems don't
taking
work in
our
Ghana.
kindness for weakness, really. For
Yeah.
Hmm.
weakness. That we are weak
Yeah.
because we
So
are kind.
you see the people that we think they are good. They are none of them. Not even one of them is good. They have the agenda because they have said it. But I don't know why our leaders' eyes are closed. For that guy that they gave him a job, Legon University gathered his people. They were thinking bad things of how
They
they're
didn't
going to do to bring Ghana down.
they said
And these people are opening the door for them to come in. What do they want? Look at
oh,
the
the professor.
Igbo chief, Igbo king, or whatever he called himself, putting his sub chiefs everywhere in our villages. What are they doing? Are they not killing our people? Are they not killing our future leaders over there? What kind of job are they doing over there? You see what I mean? So we don't have to sit down. For these people, they have their own country, and to come to our country and detect for us, especially the Igbo king. The man called himself Igbo King, the man who has no any certificate. He can never sit in our country and dictate for us. I'm done.
I mean, I'll just add a little bit regarding our leaders and that, because
Okay.
they don't live with the ordinary people. They don't have to get up in the morning and go and hustle in Makola. They don't have to get up in the morning and then ride the trotro. They don't have to struggle to get accommodation, decent accommodation to live in. So it's like they close their eyes to it, but it is we, the people, that have to tell them at the end of the day, they do what we want. They have to. Because they are not living with the ordinary people hustling to just get one room to put there. Because now, if you go and get a house, and the house maybe it should be costing about 500 cedis a month, there are about 4 or 5 of them wanting the same as they'll pay 1,000 cedis. How much is your wages to your income to compete with that? They're not thinking about that. And these are the issues that is rebounding on, having too many people coming uncontrolled. We do not have the resources to cater for the amount of people coming in. We don't need them to come in with their import business to come and hustle with us over shops. We don't. If they're going to come in and open a factory, or they're going to come in and open some industry and employ people, nobody has an issue with that. No, but we Ghanaians are importing enough. We don't need others to come in with their laws. And even that goes to all the other nationals. That goes to all the other nationals. It goes to Lebanese and Indians and the Chinese that also are trying to take over some of our market. It goes to all of them. You know, let me tell you something. A few years ago, Kumasi, they were making slippers. There were some slippers that was coming to Accra to sell. Good leather quality, handmade slippers. They were making them all in Kumasi. Now, guess what? They've all shut down because they're bringing so many cheap import. And those import, the slippers from Kumasi, believe me, I bought some. I was wearing it. I used to wear it to funerals. 5 years down the road, I still worry. Go and buy those fake goose in the Makola. You wear it, you go on this rough road, within a short time, boom, it breaks up. What are they doing? Every country put down rules to protect their people when it comes to things to do with employment, to do with trade, to do with that. Why we allow our thing to be flouted and nobody does anything? Why?
We have incompetent leaders, so-called leaders. They don't know what they're doing. Because when you watch them, I don't want to insult, so let me just keep it sane. But you can tell there's no clue what they're doing. Because if you had a clue, you make sure the sector is safe for your citizens. Then no one would have a problem. If we don't have access to credit, you know, there's nothing. So it's like you are choked, and then the choking, you know, you allow foreigners who are bullies. Let's just put it there, because we don't have Ghanaians are not aggressive by nature. So we don't. I always equate it to that bitch, you know, a female dog who has 30 kids, puppies, and Ghanaians are like 2, 3. So we take our time to do things, and people have to hustle to get to the, and they'll come. And when you are cool about it, that's why I'm being aggressive on my way. And I know it's a shock to some of them. They haven't seen anything.
We are backing you with prayers.
Every
mother,
Ghanaians like this. We just don't want to talk. I don't even care when they are talking. I know some of them are like,
Oba Bia will right so be protecting him. Oba Busa Animal Kingdom no cry head yomo Oba protecting him in territory. And a ma kind of I was here protecting him because I'm protecting him. The money we have to
allow this to happen. It's our leaders, and it's very sad. We have to say that they don't like to so they can't empathize.
Yeah. Madam, let's talk about this. Ghana, what kind of job do we have? Ghana, what kind of job? People have finished.
There are not enough jobs to cater for the people.
Yeah, people have finished universities. People have finished universities. They don't have any job. So for you as the leaders, open your door. For these people are coming in. You have to provide jobs. You don't have any job. You don't have security in your country. How can you bring people in? What are they doing? And they came and they're killing us. And you guys are not complaining about it, not talking about it. And they're killing people, our future leaders. They're killing them to get money and go use it in their country.
Something interesting that happens.
And then no more fry and say and then no more Ghana for mumu, because they are doing anything that they want.
Let's talk about this issue before I forget. I'm gonna start with Mr. Mr. Santi, the issue going on in South Africa at the moment, do you think the South Africans are right with what they are doing, or do you think they are kind of like overreacting, as to how they are handling the Nigerians, and all that?
Well, before I come to that question, I would like to add something to what our sisters are saying. What we have to know is freedom is never handed on a silver platter. There's nowhere in the world or in the history of mankind where people, a certain group of people, will be sitting somewhere and then they will hand freedom over to them. You have to fight for it. And then if we want our country and our people to be free, then we have to rise up and then fight for it. These trade issues that we are talking about with these Chinese and how do you call it, Nigerians and other things. I remember when we were in Italy, my wife had an Italian friend where they own a factory, a small scale industry where they manufacture shoes for third world countries. So my wife usually buys shoes from them and then she takes them to Ghana to sell and then even sell some on the Italian market. Now, it came to a stage where the Chinese started coming in, they started opening their shops and here and there. And before I realized that man's business, that small scale industry, has closed up. So she once asked my wife if he wants to buy the whole machine, the machinery that he used to make the shoes to Ghana. And then another one also closed up. I also have a friend who own a mobile, how they call it, this furniture, this thing. They also had to close up. And so what is happening in Ghana, if we don't take care, the Italian government came to the rescue of their citizens, because the Italian government will never, no Italian will sit down for a foreigner to come to their land and then overpower them. And so if our government does not take care, or if we Ghanaians do not take care, a time will come whereby all our uncles and fathers or mothers, they are small shops that they have been operating around the corner and this, and they will push them out of their businesses, and there will be nothing for them to do. Their food will be taken away from them. And so this is the time for even the Guta. I don't know what they are doing, whether they see what is going on. I talked to one man and another one radio station, they were telling me the government, when they talk, the government will step in and say, ECOWAS here and there. Look, this is the time to fight for our survival on our own soil. And we don't have to be joking about this. We have to fight. If our leaders are not doing it for us, we the citizens, we have to come together to fight for our survival. Other than that, we won't have any say in the next foreseeable future. Now, coming back to South Africa, the South Africans, they are defending their land, and I salute them for standing up for their land. This is what Ghanaians we have to do. They are not overreacting. You see, they cannot sit down where people will come to their country and then begin to indoctrinate their children to be selling drugs, to be doing Yahoo, and a whole lot of these criminal activities. I have a close friend of mine who lives in Croydon. His wife is South African, and I've been talking to them all the time. He tells me, Uncle, look, he calls me Uncle Isaac because their son calls me Uncle. He says, Uncle Isaac, look, before these people came to our country, we didn't know what this cocaine and this Yahoo is all about. Now our children, they are engaged in it. They are selling drugs here and there, and they are being intoxicated with these dangerous drugs. And so they are not overreacting anything. I salute the South Africans for doing what they are doing. Everybody must protect his own space. If you go to the forest, the animal kingdom, you see every animal protecting their own forest. If you look at the lions, if a male lion has about 3 female lions there and another male is coming, you see that you go and fight with that male lion, so that they will not come and then take over their woman or whatever they call it. And so we have to protect our space. The South Africans, they are protecting their spaces. In Seychelles, they don't want Nigerians there. In Mauritania, they don't want Nigerians there. Are they stupid? No. Are they hateful? Are they xenophobic? Label them whatever name you want to label them. But at the end of the day, they will have their space. Even Equatorial Guinea, they are not comfortable with them. Are they hateful? No. They are protecting their space. And we have to protect our space. It's our right, our God-given right. The Nigerians have their right to protect their space. And so they should go back to their country and protect their space. And that is all. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Manji.
yes.
So, do you think the South Africans are right, or they are overreacting, or could it be they are kind of like sending out wrong informations about the Nigerians?
I don't think South Africans are wrong in anywhere, in any angles. They are 100% right. Look at what they're doing to us. So you can imagine if the same thing they're doing over there. How can they, South Africans, are being xenophobic or whatever the word that they use? They are okay. South Africans, I support them 100%. Okay, because how can you can imagine we Ghanaians have traveled to a different countries. When we go, we humbled ourselves because we know where we come from. We know we don't have jobs in our country. So we are trying to work hard to put food on the table, to be able to take care of our parents, our brothers and sisters. So wherever Ghanaians go, you know how people over there try to accommodate us. See, right now, America and Ghana soldiers, they are working together. You see what I mean? They are working together. Do you think if Ghana or Ghanaians behave like Nigerians, we will get a visa to visit any prestigious countries? No. So what they're doing in Ghana, I believe they're doing the same thing over there. So how can I sit down here and try to, become a hypocrite or whatever, because they're doing to us. And the same thing they're doing over there. You went to somebody's country, you're doing bad things. They are complaining every day. And then you guys are not listening to them. South Africa told you to live in their country. See what they were doing. They were holding cutlasses, calling them to come front. They will kill them. Do we, going to accept these people in our country, Ghana? If in Ghana they don't respect us, they come out and tell us that they don't take Ghana serious. Ghana is free. Ghana is peaceful because why? They are in there killing people and nobody is complaining about it. You won't see any press conference that when they kill the ministers or the leaders or whatever will come out and address that issues. So they think it's normal thing. So Ghana is so free. So when they come out and say Ghana is peaceful, Ghana is this, it's because they are able to do their bad things in there. And that is exactly what South Africans are doing. They say, no, we won't allow foreigners to come and destroy our country for us because this is all we have. So South Africans, they haven't done any wrong thing. They are just protecting their country. They are trying to, build a future for their future leaders. So they haven't done any wrong thing. I support them 100%.
Okay. Hamagana.
Yes. So,
Yeah. What's the take on that?
yes, South Africa is right because let's go back in history when you know, when apartheid ended and Nigerians trooped in, then they didn't have work, so they started doing whatever. They started taking over buildings. Do you understand? They took over, like when I heard that, they took it over and they were renting. You see, because they have this aggressive nature.
Oh, what's happened?
Ghana.
No, not again.
My
Okay,
salvation is a
Explode.
yeah, Madam Vic,
What's it?
please take the floor
Hello?
for.
Amma, I think
Yeah.
Amma is back.
What's
Amma.
it?
Okay, Amma, can you hear
Can you hear
me?
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I
So
Hear
can.
if
you.
you,
Yeah, we can
yeah,
hear you.
Can you hear me?
yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay. So I'm saying that, okay. So I'm just saying that it took a while for South Africa to get where they are before they started reacting, right? Because they are taking over
Mhm.
whole buildings and doing whatever, right? Okay. So what I've noticed about Nigerians is they are very good at labeling to back you up. You know, so they'll call you xenophobic, jealous. That's why I don't care on my channel. I want them to come and say that whatever they want to say. So they'll label you and try to back you into a corner. But I know they are psychic, so I'm ready for them. So that's what they do. And then you back off and be like, am I really xenophobic? So if you don't come back with like, yeah, whatever, I don't care, no, then they think they've gotten a foothold. So you have to know the psyche, the kind of people you are dealing with. They are very aggressive and they're in your face. And that's why they take our leaders for jokes. Because, you know, ours are so diplomatic. I wish I could have an office. So they'll come and sit in front of me and ask me some questions. So that I'll be like, oh, really? You know, because that's the kind of language they get. You cannot pussyfoot. You cannot treat them with glove hands. You know that there's a certain mentality that you have to deal with them, and until you get there, no, you know, and it's almost. I don't want to go to another area. There are other people who act like them sometimes, but let me just leave that out alone. Anyway, so you have to know the psyche of the people you are dealing with. So South Africans kept saying, "Don't do it. You are ruining our kids. You are ruining." And let me just put this here. When we are talking like this, we are not saying Ghanaians are perfect. We are not saying South Africans are perfect. Nobody is perfect. But when you come in their space, it's almost like you are going to someone's house. You are going to visit. Do you think it doesn't matter how much you are loved? Their children come first. They can treat you equally, but their children will come first. They will treat you nicely, but their children come first. So when you come and the child has, Nikes or Michael Jordans or whatever, and you want it, you might get it, but you might not. And that doesn't mean that why won't you give? No, you are not fighting over, your parent, your President Tinubu should be providing instead of giving you bread. It's as simple as that. Instead of handing you bread, he should be taking care of you. But up to now, you guys don't have and the systems are not working there. So they provide their own water. Apparently, every house has a borehole, so there's no connected water throughout. So South Africa is an advanced country, fairly advanced. For an African country, they are up there. They are up there. So if you go there, be appreciative, but no, we're going to belittle you to make ourselves feel better, because when we put you down, then we are the giants. No, you have to respect their space, and they fought back. And South Africans are not tolerant like Ghanaians. You have to know the temperament of the people you're dealing with. South Africans are not going to sit down and let you push them around. Ghanaians will do it quietly, and that's why they say you are a hypocrite. No, we want you. So when you go into a land, you observe them and you understand how they operate, but you don't go in like a bull in a China house. No, South Africans are totally different from Ghanaians, and you have to know that. So your aggressiveness, they can come at you too, and now you are crying xenophobic. So they label you, and then they think you will back off. But now people are onto them, because America, not everyone in the world cannot be against you. It has to be you. You are the common denominator. So you have to look into yourself. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, Madam Vic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to just refer back a little bit recent issue that happened regarding some Uber issue that happened between South Africa and Nigeria. The
Oh,
sad,
okay.
the sad thing regarding that issue is, a lot of foreigners in South Africa, that's the job they do. They do Uber.
Yeah.
A lot of
Exactly.
Nigerians are also there with them. and a lot of them to do Uber. And the joyous that Nigerians feel that they are disturbing. I think South Africa has to shut Uber down or something like that. I'm not sure. Something happened that they have to put a shutdown for a period or a short period. Because
you order it from outside the country. I think you can't order it
That
from
means
Nigeria.
the Nigerians were ordering the Uber outside the country.
Yeah, sending them all over the place. And you know, if you observe on social media with the glee and the joy that they were expressing themselves, that they have done it to the South Africans. But
yeah.
you've done it to the South Africans, but you are hurting your own brothers that they are there hustling. You know?
Yeah.
And secondly, I saw so much energy that they put into it, and I asked myself, are they putting the same energy into tackling their government to resolve their issues? Don't get me wrong. Nigeria is a brilliant country if it's run properly. Nigeria would be a superpower if it's run properly. I don't have any issue. If Nigeria is run properly, it will be a superpower in West Africa or even Africa. But you reserve all this energy for South Africans, whom some of your brothers are there doing Uber.
Insulting
and
people.
with the energy that they came on social media, I was shocked. The South Africans too, you have to look at the fact that these people, this recent history, they come out of apartheid. That thing it was a serious issue for the Black people. When they came in, as usual, their leaders, the Black, they managed to get into power. They too started looking after themselves and neglected a whole lot of people who are also struggling there. Okay? And you guys come in numbers. They have their social issues. Then you come in to compile upon that social issues. It could be that South Africans have maybe criminals. Every society have their criminals. Okay, so South Africans may have about 4 criminals.
We all do. That's all.
Exactly. Are you saying is it right for you to bring 4 in to make it 8?
Exactly.
That's not right. Yes.
That's what they don't say.
Exactly. So you have to remember that nobody, I'm sorry, in this world, nobody wants problematic immigration. Every country will have to take in some people at some point. But nobody wants problematic situation, the situation that they are dealing with. And let's be frank, in West Africa, our government, in the whole West Africa, have the same issue. Not enough jobs, not enough social amenities like housing. Our education is struggling. People are struggling to survive. So why should we allow another group with the same issue come and deposit themselves on another place? They will make the case double. So it is just
don't
not
be quiet about it. They insult you while they are at it and belittle you too.
It is not practical. And considering their numbers, you know, if you divide our population, you have to divide their population into 5 before we are 1. So if we have many of them coming, believe me, the social issues is going to be too much for Ghana to handle. And at the end of the day, the reason why we pride us, Ghana is peaceful, or they come to Ghana is peaceful, within 5 or 10 years, the place will collapse. And you have similar situation like what happened in Avoria in Ghana. Believe me, if we care is not taken, we need to control the people that come in. We need to make sure the people that are coming is what needed. We need to make sure that when they come in and their time for them to leave, they leave. If they come in with no job, you kind of have a whole lot of young men come into a place, go and rent 30 to a house, and then all of them will compete with doing Yahoo. That is what's happening in Ghana. I'm not saying some of our people are not involved, so they too are involved. But at the end of the day, there are people. Let us deal with them.
At least barely, controlling it, and then you come to add to it. No, stay in your country and be bad.
It is our people. Let us deal with them. So at the end of the day, all the argument they are making, South Africa is xenophobic. South Africa is not xenophobic. South Africa is only trying to look after themselves. And because they've been complaining, and their leaders and the police were all over the place, that's what brought about the issue. If the police have been dealing with the case, And if
Yeah.
they're not careful, Ghana will go into a similar kind of
Mm,
place.
yeah.
Because now
Because if
they,
And
they, they can tell you, they
the
can tell you
citizens will take over.
they bought our police, they bought our immigration, they bought our politicians, they even bought our chiefs. What else do you think? What
And that's
else?
what the thing is.
What else is left?
they should
What
then they
is
should go get their money.
You know this thing you are talking about. I was listening to one South African. This their normal thing. They do like discussing issues online, like we are doing, and they were
Mhm.
saying whenever they bring up this issue, the Nigerians go like, "What is your problem? Let the police deal with the
Yeah,
issues."
Yeah, the
Then the
same thing
Nigerian,
they will
the
say.
South African also goes like, because
Mm,
you know
thank you.
you
That is
have
you
cornered the
have to put that.
police, or you have corrupted the police, so you want us
Yeah.
to leave the whole issue to the police for the police to mishandle it. So
Yeah.
it's like in this case, it's more or less like the same thing going on here in Ghana sometimes.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That's why the Igbo king is, parading himself, giving
Mhm.
gift to our leaders, so that when they commit any crime or anything, and then you call the police can
Yeah.
never fight for his own citizens. He's going
can
to
you
go
imagine?
fight for them. Can you imagine this? That is
I saw
why
him in
all
an
the
interview.
police,
He wants to be called. He wants to be
yeah,
called to come and see
uh-huh.
whether the person is actually. I'm
Exactly.
not sure
So
about that.
that Igbo king need to stop. He shouldn't go to see any leader, or that's why he's been coming out and saying that bad nut is everywhere. Yes, Ghanaians are not angels,
It
but
is,
we
it
are
is.
not going to accept Nigerians bad nuts in our country. We can do that.
If Ghana has their own population getting into trouble, it's Ghana's business. Let Ghana deal
Exactly.
with it. It's not up to
But you
You,
you
have
to
to
you
be
come
know,
and
ready
tell us. So
to it
because
when
we
you know
have
how
our
to
bad nut, we should allow your
go.
bad nut. No,
Exactly. And
you
that's
you
know,
what he
know,
no
wants.
the
He
now.
wants
only the
equality.
first time
But it's
the
not.
first
It's
time
our business.
I heard this phrase or this statement, and all the time I keep hearing it from only Nigerians.
Of
They
course.
are
Yeah,
the
They
only
know.
ones we hear them saying they are bad
because they
nuts
are
everywhere.
they are
They are bad
paying
nuts
bribes.
everywhere.
They are paying bribes to people instead of them to sit down and learn and stay away from trouble. They will trouble and go pay money. Are they sensible people?
Yeah, rash. One thing that what you are saying is very true. Wherever you go on these platforms, they'll be like, just report to the police. Why can't that means your police is not
Yeah,
working, your immigration is not working, and yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, but they know
but
it's not
that's
working.
an
Africa,
issue.
that's Africa for you.
Ama, the same issue we have in Ghana, you replicate it about 10 times. They have the same issue there. Their police is not working. That's why a
No,
whole
but
lot of
exactly, but that's why they want that to be reported because they know it's ineffective, so they can get away. They don't want citizens to take things into their own hands, so they keep saying, "Why don't you report it to the police? They're not doing their job." You know, they're
Uh-huh.
very good at
Mm-hmm.
reverse psychology. That like
And they always
it's the
yeah.
people that are not doing
uh,
their jobs. It's not we the criminals. It's not our business. We can be criminals, but if your
yeah.
immigration doesn't catch us, if your police
Mm-hmm.
doesn't catch us, then we
Yeah,
have what to do with.
that's
That's the
why
nonsense they start.
that is why Angie was saying that a YouTuber was saying that the immigration told him came to him, they came to the house, and she had the audacity to tell the immigration
Yeah,
if they want
the
her, they
blame
should come for her.
they do.
Yeah, that's
Eh?
her name is Lily Ogini or whatever. That lady chom on a platform. Yeah, that's her. She's very rude, but they always
I recently wrote to one of them and asked her, excuse me, what are you doing? Who asked you? Did Ghanaians ask you to be on social media? Ghana comparison this. He said, well,
yeah.
then somebody wrote to
Mm.
me back and said, oh, you ungrateful people. At the end of the day, they are promoting your country. I said,
We
no, they are
don't
doing
care.
a
We
job
don't want them to
favor.
promote Ghana.
Nobody asked them.
Mm.
No Ghanaian asked them to come and
You
promote
know,
anything.
Ghanaians, we don't promote ourselves. Our good behaviors promote us all the time. So they
You
shouldn't.
don't
We
have
don't
to
need
sing
them.
yourself. You blow your own trumpet. As soon as you say, "Oh, we are the most," let me tell you something. While I'm on this subject, you know that thing that they usually spout in America, and I think I'll do a paper. I'll do a research. Make a video on it. There's this thing that they usually say that we are the smartest, we have the most doctors. It was a Nigerian American who wrote that, right? So they write things and they use it as proof that when you understand how they think, and operate, it's like it's
Let me tell you something,
exactly.
right? There's a lot of truth in it. They are smart. They are hardworking. But do it
Yes,
to build your country. There's no
thank
problem.
you. Exactly. Why are you doing it on other people's land and then trying to belittle them?
Go
Say
and build
you
your
are smart.
country. Build
What
your
kind of
country.
smart there are?
Yeah, do it.
So
You have 230 million people in your country. Yes.
yeah. So I want to ask, who would you consider the most hardworking between a Ghanaian and a Nigerian?
Oh, Ghanaians, because
I mean,
when you are working genuinely, huh?
Yeah.
We Ghanaians are working genuinely. We don't kill. We
Yeah.
don't do rituals to get money. Okay, so we are the we Ghanaians are.
I'll
Okay,
put it up under their
Mr.
hardworking.
Santi,
I'll
I'm
put it
coming.
under their
Please, Mr. Santi.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hello.
there is this. Yeah, Mr. Santi.
Uh-huh. I
The
can hear
question,
you. Can you hear me?
the question I asked previously,
Uh-huh.
between the Ghanaian and the Nigerian, who is hardworking? Because there's this girl I came across her video online, and I think I've done a content on that. I've done a reaction on that. So it's going to be airing tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. And this girl was actually like apparently insulting Ghanaian youth, saying she's crowning Ghanaian youth the laziest and the most useless youth in Africa because why are some of them rallying behind Baumia? Because he is, from the Akufo-Addo's government and all that. So
She's
Nigerian.
Nigerian.
just because of
Wait,
that, yeah,
she's
she's
Nigerian.
Nigerian. Yeah, she's
But why is she
Nigerian.
involved in our politics? Why
Why
is she
is it?
involved in
Yeah,
our
so
politics?
What's that got
Has
to
she
do with that?
finished talking about her country? Has she finished talking
yes,
about her president?
I'll give everybody the chance. Please hold your guns. So, Mr. Santi. So for her, to her,
Well,
she has crowned, even though we haven't gone through the election, Ghanaians hasn't voted Baumia as the president, but
uh,
she has already started throwing in fire, saying just because some youth are following or are in support of Baumia, so
well,
Ghanaian youth are the most useless and the most laziest youth in Africa, and
No.
that Nigerian youth
uh,
are far better than Ghanaian youth.
With
What do you think
Tinubu.
about
With
this?
Tinubu.
Aputo.
Please, the floor.
wow.
Give Mr. Santi the floor, please.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I've done my own
Well,
take on that, which will
They
be
are hilarious.
airing tomorrow morning 6. So I
well,
just want to hear your views on
You
that. So,
do it
Mr.
every day.
Asante.
Funny people.
well, we normally say that no one will point to his father's village with his left finger. But that aside, let me tell you one thing. I live in Italy several. I went to Italy. I had my 28th birthday in Italy, and so I've lived in Italy several years, and I know these Nigerians very well. If a Nigerian woman tells you she is a business woman doing business in Europe, you know what type of business she's doing.
You don't have to
She's
tell us. We know.
doing she's
We know, yes.
doing this how do you call it, human trafficking. He is trafficking girls from Nigeria and from other countries to Europe to do business. If a Nigerian guy tells you he's doing this, he's doing that, most of them he's a student. Normally that's what the word they use. What he's doing is that he's in drug business. Now, let's be serious about this thing. If Nigerians says Ghanaians hate them, one question I do ask them on the platform, well, they can never tell me face to face, the Nigerians that I know, can never tell me that we Nigerians, we Ghanaians, we hate them. But on the social media, they say it. What I do ask them is, what can a Nigerian do that a Ghanaian has never done before or can never do it? If you go to the NASA, the National Airspace Aeronautics in the US, you will see Ghanaian scientists there, and then you see Nigerian scientists also there. If you go to Silicon Valley, you will see Ghanaians there, and then you will see, how do you call it, Nigerians also there. Yeah. If you go to UK, you will see Ghanaian doctors and Nigerian doctors. So who hates who, or who knows something better than who? Now, looking at their population, they are 250 million people, I think. And we Ghanaians are, let's say, 35 million. That is the ratio will be 5:1 if we take it. And so if we have in Nigeria 100 millionaires in Nigeria, and we have 1 millionaire in Ghana, it's the same thing. Because population-wise, they are more than us. This is what they should know. And because they are not, let me say, they are not smart, they don't actually think of such things. You see, population-wise, if you have a huge number, look at the US, for example, during sports. When Ghana enter into sports with US, that is athletics, it's likely that the US will earn more gold medals than Ghanaians. It doesn't mean that they are faster, they are smart, they are quick, they are that. It's because of their population. You see. So now coming back to this argument, if you come to Ghana, we have our Kantanka who is developing cars and other things. How many Nigerians are doing that? We have Thomas Mensah, who invented this fiber optics. So how many Nigerians can also do that? Yes. And so why are you labeling Ghanaians as lazy people and not Nigerians? What can they do? When we go to the international scene, we've had the first African south of the Sahara who was our general secretary, the UN general secretary, who was a Ghanaian. Then when we go to Rwanda, if you ask any Rwandan, he will tell you what Ghanaians did for them. Had it not been the Ghanaian soldiers, Rwanda would have been razed to the ground. When Nigerians and other African countries, when they left the country, then the Ghanaian soldiers, they actually decided to stay behind and help them. Anybody at all can interview Kagame, and he will tell you this. They don't joke with Ghanaians in Rwanda.
He just awarded them.
Yeah. General Erskine, the late General Erskine, for example, he was one of the most celebrated army generals within the UN, the UN setup, the UN Peace Corps. How many Nigerians have won that award? Now, let's come back to the Nigerians themselves. We have the Nautical College and then the Army Command, the Teshi military range there. Obasanjo was educated there. Even Gowon, who fought their, how do you call it, their unification destiny, he was educated in Ghana. And so what are they coming to tell me? These are arguments that I personally will not indulge in it with any sensible person or any sensible, will not indulge in it because it's only fools sitting on that social media who will be bragging over these things. Nobody can engage me with such conversations and then get away free with it. And so to say that Ghanaians are lazy, it's only the Nigerians themselves who doesn't know anything, and the majority of them don't know anything. They are the people who come around and then say this. Even this Peter Odochi or something like that, who was, this man admired Ghanaians to such an extent that he was even praising E.T. Mensah and a whole lot of them for our high life. And these Nigerians, they didn't know. You see it. The other day, there was this girl they called Gloria or something like that on the YouTube. I told her he was talking about Ghanaians were slaves and that kind of thing. I said, look, You guys, you don't know what you are saying, and you are so pathetic. Had it not been Ghanaians, you will still be carrying this your deep tribal marks on your faces. It's Ghanaians who actually taught them to stop that. They are still practicing female circumcision in Nigeria. And so, what are you telling me? You see it. What are you telling me? I don't know what this argument is all about with them coming to say Ghanaians are this Ghanaian. It's Ghanaians who are teaching you
No,
everything
they are
every
saying
day.
this
You
because they are
see it.
jealous. They are jealous of us. That's it.
You see it. Now, let's go back to these people who have been now we don't see this patriotism in Ghanaians. Now, like I was saying, I've lived in so many years in Italy. I know Italy very, very well, just like my pocket. You see, when you go to Italy, we know on the surface we know this mafia people. In Italy alone, we have 4 different kinds of mafia. We call the La Drangheta, and then we have the Cosa Nostra, we have the mafia, and then we have how do you call it? There's another one, I've forgotten the name. These people are very ruthless. These mobsters. In English, they call them the Italian mobsters. They are very, very ruthless. No matter where you are and who you are, if they want to kill you, they will come and then sort you out and kill you. You see it. They mounted, it was in 92 or something like that, when they killed some judges who were investigating their cases. Within succession killings, within a week or 3, they eliminated 3 judges. But let me tell you, no Italian will sit down for a foreigner to come to Italy and then engage in mafia activities. Even before you plan that, they will come to you and fish you out. And so, Ghanaians, we should be very patriotic to our country, no matter what. We have our bad acts, yes. We have our criminals among ourselves. But we should not aid people to cheat our country. Nobody will do that. 2017, when I came to Germany, I was sitting at the train bus stop or something like that, waiting for a tram. Then this German lady came with the bicycle and the dog. I think I've sent the audio to you before to play on your platform.
Yeah.
So it was Saturday, and here in Germany, during weekends, when you have a ticket, you can use your ticket to cover another person. So 2 people will join you. So this woman came and he was trying to use the automatic machine to buy the ticket. Then immediately the tram started approaching. So I told her, "Oh, madam, I have the ticket. Today is Sunday weekend. Come, and my ticket will actually cover you." Do you know what this German lady told me? He said, "Oh, he told me, thank you. I have to buy a ticket for my dog, so I cannot join you." Had it been a Ghanaian, she would have just jumped with me and then just come. You say it. And so this is what we call patriotism to one's nation. And this is lacking in our youth. We have to inculcate in them the spirit of patriotism. We have these songs, Yenarai Assassini, Arise Ghana Youth, I Promise on My Honor. These songs doesn't make any sense to any of our youth nowadays. And it's time that, it's time that we actually come around and educate them, our children and our friends, to actually embrace these patriotic songs and start doing something for the country, not aiding people to cheat the country. Ghana is the only place that we have, no matter what. You can live in somebody's land, but you will never be part of that. Believe me. So thank you.
Yeah, they are hilarious. They are
Yeah. So,
hilarious.
Angie,
Yes.
yeah, take the
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I
the
said.
lady is saying
They are,
Ghanaians are the most laziest and useless youth
mm,
in Africa.
yeah, we thank them. Ghanaians, laziest people have maintained their country peaceful for them to come enjoy. Hmm? They are hilarious. That's what I can tell them. A country, Ghana, lazy people. I mean, gave them the basic education. That country, Ghana president, first president, introduce independence to them. Not just introduction. He helped them. Okay. So when we hear all these things, we should be proud of ourselves because they envy us. They envy us. Yesterday I was watching that the same lady, um um Lily Ogini, that she said immigration called her and she told immigration people that they should come to her house. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell do you think you are? That Ghana immigration is calling you and you are sitting
No,
in your damn
she's cash
place,
madam. Cash madam.
eh?
Okay,
Cash
so
madam.
Telling them to come
yeah,
to your house.
what if I'm coming up? What if she told them that just for them, in her mind, maybe she wants them to know that she has nothing to hide and that they should come to her house so they'll know where she lives and
They
all.
can
No,
her
no, no,
house.
that's not the right. That's not right. Whilst I'm here, if I get a letter from immigration and say, hey, immigration needs you, if I haven't done anything wrong, why? What is preventing me not to go? That is respect. Okay, when you are living in somebody's country, you are showing respect. You see, that is what I've been telling you, that those people, no, we should be very careful. They are not good as we think. So this person will live in Ghana for, let's say, 10, 20, 40 years. You will see what she's going to do to you. You see, that lady, the same lady, Ghanaians help her, and it always come to on her platform and thank
Ghanaians are
Ghanaians.
helping them now. Ghanaians are sending money
Yeah.
to them.
Mm-hmm. So if she so respect Ghana immigration, she should have gone there because they called
I,
her.
be-
You see what I mean?
I,
So don't take them serious like they don't take us serious. As for me, I don't take them serious because I know their tricks and they are not smarter than us. We are smarter than them. So very soon they will go back to their country and fix their own country. You can't come to my country and insult me. If we are useless people, how can we maintain our country for you, the sensible people, to come enjoy? You are enjoying our free education, our benefits, our peace, our police. Rush, I don't want to talk anymore. I'm tired.
Okay, I'm a Ghana.
yes. So
Yeah,
the story about the immigration. Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear
Hello.
you.
Can you hear me? Okay. So the story about immigration is just weird to me because did they send her a letter and she rejected it, or like
Yeah,
how
yeah,
is it
yeah.
that
She said it. I'm going to look for that video and put it on the platform for all of you to listen to her.
because
Yeah, even they
they
asked for.
sent you an
Yeah.
official letter? How are you just going to
Mhm.
say you won't?
Yeah.
That's
She said, I told them to come for me. I am not
wow,
I won't be the right person to go there. Yeah,
wow,
that is what she was
wow,
saying
wow.
on her platform. So you can see how
Mm.
rude and arrogant they are. I
So
don't blame them. Oh, I don't blame them. I
yeah,
blame our leaders who open our
yeah,
border for them to come in like ants.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a Ghana. You
We
have
have
the floor.
Yeah, so the lazy me, some of the things, they're very good at labeling, and that's one thing you have to get about them. They're very good at, because that's how they defend themselves, so that no one comes for them. So some things like you have Tinubu, you have no mouth to even say a word. Just say yes,
Oh yeah. Mm,
you have Tinubu who is away on a 2 week holiday and distributing bread to you on the streets of Nigeria on Independence Day. Like, who is lazy? Have you seen Ghanaians lining up for bread? Bread, bro. Have you seen? So who's the lazy one? For me, some of these things I just laugh and laugh it off because they are very good at using. And I always tell them your vocabulary. I don't know whether you understand what you are using. Your adverbs, lazy. No, what do you mean? Do we sleep and then just wake up? Because that's what they labeled South Africans. They are lazy, but
mhm,
then they can't getting
mm,
benefits and it's because their governments care. So yes, they can call in sick because they have sick leave, unlike you who have to get up every day and work. So when you are
Mm-hmm.
comparing that and you see when they are sick and they call in and they will still be paid, you refer to that as lazy, then that's your problem because you don't have that
Mm-hmm.
benefit. So if you go there, you'll be like, why are they sleeping in? It's because they get benefits and you don't. So you have to work every day, even when you are on your deathbed. So like, how are we even considering these things?
Mm-hmm.
So their systems don't work. So when they come into a space where systems work, and Ghana, we are still working on it, but with so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we Ghanaians are one of the most hardworking. Getting up at 4 a.m. There's this lady who sells bofrot. You should see her going to do her fly. Just say people. If you there's a YouTube lady. I haven't watched her for a bit, but her name is Jasmine Ama or Ama Jasmine. She
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to go to she used to go to these people who do tatale, fried plantain. And when you see how they wake up in the morning to do their wache and shito and who is lazy? So, they just throw around words so that in their defensive way. And she's talking about politics. Like Tinubu, we don't even know their assistant, who is their assistant who is their vice president? Oh my goodness. So some things we just have to, I can't believe it.
And Ghana, yeah, Nigeria and Ghana, Nigeria and Ghana. And then I wrote to them, I said, you know what? Ghanaians and Nigerians have nothing in common. Leave us alone. Neighboring village,
Look,
Ghana of yesterday.
let this
Why,
sink
why,
in.
why are
Tinubu
you
is
coming
a
there? Why are
plane
you coming
that is
in?
in the UK for 2 weeks.
Oh, please give Amma the floor.
I said, Tinubu is in a plane in the UK for 2 weeks holiday. Just say, who are you to talk? Who is lazy? Your president is lazy. Like if you want to. So you can't make these things up. Some of the things we can't take seriously because they love labeling. One thing I've noticed about them, they love to label and throw you off,
Mm,
and so
mm.
something. That's their nature, and then they'll call it banter. When you get angry, oh, but we were only bantering you. Oh, we're not serious, yeah. So I don't
Right.
take serious
Right.
on it.
Okay.
Remember the guy? Right. Remember the guy who came and said Ghanaians are lazy. They are trying to build our country for us.
Oh,
Our
yeah, yeah,
our land is
The Igbo
fertile. So
guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do that all the time. I don't even take it serious because sometimes I think we use words without really understanding it. Because
yeah.
sometimes
See
I'm
what
like,
you
what?
try and Mati de kwa jiji sikaba kaje say hey lazy.
Mhm.
Oh, look, and then
Okay,
they have a
let me move to pardon?
no, no. I was saying, the hardworking ones, so-called hardworking ones, in the background they are doing kidnapping.
Yeah.
They it's
Mm,
okay.
mm.
Yeah,
They
money
have a facade,
rituals
they have
and
a
stuff.
front. Yeah, they have a front, but
That Igbo king, what is he
Yeah.
doing? What kind of job he has
So
in Ghana? Omo kotu, omo
um,
ya na, omo ya na di
Vic,
sani bi abrano.
I'm here. Yeah. I mean, when
please
it comes,
let me jump you like
what?
let me give Madam Hannah, Madam Hannah, welcome to the
oh, somebody
platform.
just join us. Okay.
Ah, thank you.
Hi.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Thank
But it
you.
seems, yeah, you are late for today. So,
Yeah, I was encountering a little problem with my internet. I think when I
Oh, dear.
entered, and then to be giving me a little problem, so I left. I entered. Yeah,
okay.
I came here. I was with the labeling.
Yeah.
As our sister was saying, the labeling. You know, these people are. You know why they label the SA, the South Africans, lazy. It's all because these South Africans have benefits, some sort of benefits, right? Um, like free school, hospitals, insurance, and you see, they have in South Africa, they have that, and they've built their economy to the level of the Europeans, right? So I heard one Nigerian say, "You South Africans, you are lazy. Your government give you everything. We Nigerians, we struggle for everything. We get everything on our own. No government help us. So, they see that as a country having such things as being lazy. They depend on the government. That's why they are that's why they are calling SA people lazy. And they do that to us. They say it to us too. You see, because we are, our men are not into crime, though we have, yes, Ghana is not crime free, though we have people that, yeah, but we are not much into it like them. So they see us as lazy. So when you hear them say, "Oh, they are lazy," it's a form of, it's their form of defense. I mean, a mechanical mechanism or whatever. You see, that's how they defend themselves to shut you down. They say those things to shut you down. That's why they label people lazy. Even if you could remember, there was this one black American who was talking. She was very angry. She made a video of a Nigerian saying they are lazy, and I don't know if any of you saw that video. I don't
I
know.
think I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I've seen a video like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think I did. Yeah, carry
that's
on.
what they label everybody lazy. They call everybody
Hmm.
lazy. I don't know. I don't
Yeah, they
understand them.
should.
I don't know why. I don't know. But that's
But
how
if
they
they are not
defend
lazy, why
themselves.
can't they stay in their country and
But
And
I always also ask the same question that you calling somebody lazy, they are not. You are there to develop their country. I said, why don't you do it all in your country? So we too will come and at least.
Exactly. Come to someone's country
uh,
and call them lazy.
I don't know if
Madam Hannah, you have
committing
the
crime.
floor. So please.
I don't know if committing crime is what they consider as hard working.
I
Because you could
I
see,
don't know. I don't know if you guys heard Mr. Manager one time. A
mhm,
guy came out there and said, Ghanaians, don't try to tell us to leave your country. And then that day you will see what will happen. And then another lady came and said,
They should leave.
Ghanaians can never be smarter than Nigeria because I'm robbing, we are smarter. Hey, I was so shocked. The lady called all this kidnapping and all that. And then I was so shocked. I was just sitting down watching that, listening to it. And so, wow. Oh, is that the reason why they said they are smarter than
yeah,
everyone?
yeah.
Okay, now I
See,
understand.
when it comes to smartness, even Nigerian is, if you go check now, in top 10, they are not there. It's
Mm-hmm.
Libya.
Okay.
It's labeled as the smartest with the high IQ,
Mm-hmm.
highest IQ. Yeah, it's Libya. These people's smartness is how, I mean,
It's a different way, the
it's a
way we
different
think.
type.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, now I
How they can
understand them.
turn how they can
Exactly.
turn
They actually
sex
fly.
into nine. How they can turn
Mm,
sex into nine. They feel they are so
mm,
smart, but that's not
Mhm.
smartness.
that is good for them.
So
Please give Madam Hannah the floor,
Now,
please.
Okay.
don't worry,
if I would like
we
to
are all
come in
What
here,
contributing
Madam
there.
what Madam
if
Hannah
I
is talking about is so interesting.
if I would like to come in here, even this they are so-called how do you call it, scam that they are doing.
Hmm.
They they don't even know it. I think we have all heard of this our man Akablemieza,
Someone keeps
Nana
singing.
Akayenzu, Nana Akayenzu. You haven't heard of him before?
I
No,
have.
You,
No. No.
you haven't heard of him before?
I
I've
have.
heard his
The
name. I've heard
greatest,
his name.
he was the greatest scammer of all time. So what are these people saying? Ah, man, when you go to the
No, no,
YouTube
Mhm.
no,
and you
no,
say
no, no, no.
Akablemieza,
Akablimeza was a scammer, but there's
he
this
hid
one
it. He was
Nigerian who
hiding it.
sold
He was
this
hiding it. He
Nigerian,
was hiding it.
this
You see, he
Nigerian
was
who
not doing
sold.
it like these people using it to boast themselves. He was so intelligent that he was doing it to the wise with some kind of accuracy and some kind of intelligence. not this nonsense these people are doing. You see, so smartness, when we talk of smartness, they are not at par with Ghanaian in any way. In any way. We don't boast,
But
we don't brag, and we are not so arrogant like them. You see.
Yeah.
when when it comes to uh you see there is difference between intelligence and smartness. Ghanaians are very intelligent and Nigerians are smart. That I give it to them. But the Nigerian type of smartness is different. Nigerian type of smartness is not the smartness. I don't know. It's different. Like, it's true they are smart. Even if you go on the net, there's one Nigerian who sold a Nigerian airport to a Brazilian bank. I don't know if you've heard of that story
Yeah,
before.
I know. I know it.
Yeah. And it's recorded that he is the smartest scammer or whatever. They they said is he's the I mean, like that guy is on top.
But
They
he
said
was
he's the
arrested. The man was arrested later.
yes, he was
Yeah.
arrested. So these people,
Mega, they will not have arrested him. He will have taken the money and come to Ghana quietly.
started their work not today. It's been a long. It's something I don't know. So it's not today they started. It's been long with them, and
It's
eighty
crime.
percent
It's
of
crime. They are
their youth,
criminals.
80% of their youth are criminals.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
their
You
in
can't
their
you
blood.
can't yes you
These
can't
Igbos,
trust a rich.
there were Igbo businessmen who went to Saudi Arabia, how do you call it, South Korea, to
South
buy some
Korea,
goods, and they mix fake dollars
fake.
with
Yeah,
this thing,
yeah,
to
yeah,
buy this thing,
yeah,
but they were arrested. Yeah, so it's not smartness, it's
yeah.
crime.
Fake. Yeah.
Crime.
They
You
are
see,
only
that is
smart.
crime.
And
It's crime. You see, that doesn't mean you are smart. You are smart in crime. If they are smart, they will develop their country, and their country will be one of the most powerful countries in the world. But look at their country, destitute nation like Nigeria, with how many millions living under the poverty line. So is that
You see,
smartness?
these
This is
people,
not smartness.
they don't. I don't know. Like Nigerians don't know that Ghana was first richer than them.
they know. Sometimes they know,
When the
but they
Portuguese,
don't say the truth.
when the Portuguese came to Ghana, first discovered gold in Ghana in 1471. That was when the Portuguese discovered gold. And Ghana was the richest in sub-Saharan until Nigeria discovered oil in 1957, 1950 something. Yeah. They don't know. These people have been thinking Ghana has been poor till I mean from till like till. But that's not the case. So they disrespect Ghana. They disrespect Ghana, and it's very bad. They don't learn. They disrespect Ghana. They see us as inferior. I don't know how. I don't know who tells them, who has been giving them that false information about Ghana.
They are leaders and they are elders.
Okay, Madam Vic.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
you can come in.
so, yeah, listening to all that being said, I have two points that I want to make on this: the idea of Ghanaian being smarter or they being smarter, and we whatever they call us, mumu. If I'm gonna go by the that's what they call us, a lot, mumu. I'm gonna go with the population sense. We are 35 million. They are 280 some, but they say they said the census say maybe 220, 230, whatever, but in real sense they're probably 250, 280. Okay, so what is the comparison there? As
Exactly.
it's been said earlier, if you have 10 millionaires and we have one, we are on par with you, because if we have to divide our population, and even if you put it, say your population has to be divided into 5 to get one of ours. So even if you say you have 10 millionaires and we have 1, we are richer than you. Secondly, our population, our Ghana, some years back, I read that Ghana, our poverty was under, it says between 15% to 18%. Okay, let's give it 20% overall live on poverty or below the poverty line, which is not great. I'm not proud about it. Theirs came at about 40%. So what is the hard working and the smartness and all that? Secondly, when you go about in terms of doing all these comparisons, Ghana this, Ghana that, they shouldn't compare themselves to us. In Africa, they should compare themselves to Egypt or Ethiopia, because in landmass and population, they are those countries. If you take Ethiopia, they are closer in population. They're under 200 million, but that's big enough. And Egypt's around more or less same, so they're big enough. How do you compare 250 or 220 to 35 million? There is no comparison. Secondly, our country is very peaceful. Do they have peace? So what is the smartness there? Excuse me, you have to make all this kind of, you can take it one by one. Education. We have a very good education. For time immemorial, we had a good reputation for good education. People travel from all over West Africa to educate in our schools, in our universities, right?
It's going on now too. Yeah.
So what is your smartness? And when it comes to them calling us lazy, so because we're lazy, that Amma said, their vocabulary and sometimes the use of words, I don't know, maybe she should have found a different words to use. The last time I checked, they just elected Tinubu, so I'm not going to have any argument with them. If he thinks our youth are lazy and they are following Baumia, God knows what. And then again, the energy that they have, what really surprised me is sometimes when you go on the internet, the energy they reserve to attack other people, to talk about other people's country. And I thought, why don't you use the same energy to go on your leaders to solve your problem?
And the ones hurt so bad, yeah.
They use so much energy to go after people, And I said, use that similar energy. I mean, Ghanaian youth are using their energy on their leaders. Use your energy on yours. I'm telling you, that country, if they
because their
organize
leaders
well,
their leaders don't respect. Their leaders went
if that country is run well, they will not have any problem. That country has everything. They have the masses of people, they have the land, they have good land to farm, they have resources on their land. If it's run just like any African country, if they run that particular country properly, it would be a superpower. I'm not joking. Of course, they have the smartness of people in there. But if you have not much for your youth to do and all their energy is turned onto the other kind of smartness, how to get money quick, that is a problem. So often when you're making this kind of argument, I find it very nonsensical to make, that, it doesn't make any sense, because in terms of comparison with numbers, we do not match up to them in numbers. So if we have 1 millionaire and we're proud of that, if that's all we can achieve, it's an achievement for us. If they have 20 millionaires, that is their wahala. It shouldn't be that, and that girl, I mean, she's probably a young girl, isn't it? Probably silly as they come. I don't know. You said you've seen the video, so you might know, So she's just making, sometimes I believe they say when they want to get traction, they should come and insult Ghana, they get traction, because Ghanaians will go there. And also, like one time I was telling some of my nieces that, they love Ghana very much. They've been to Ghana and every year they want to go and that kind of thing. And they were going on about these Nigerians having an auntie. We went on there and we were doing this. And then I said, listen to me, girls, you going on there, you making them make money, okay? So stop it. It's like they were so interested, until we went on there and we said this and that. And I said, listen, don't do it. They say this thing to get traction, unfortunately. And you see Ghanaians, their coach will be so tight on them, getting so fuming, and they'll be out there typing,
Defending
typing
Ghana.
away.
I'm about to
You,
defend.
I said to myself, they're just using it to get traction, really. And it's a very sad because you know what? In every society, you have really good, brilliant people, but unfortunately, their brilliant one have been overwhelmed by the not so good and not so brilliant,
Yep.
and that is what's causing them a lot of problems. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, I will come back to my country. We should do the right thing. We should, as Isaac said, there is not a lot of patriotic among us anymore. We don't have it. So we rather so this today I saw a video. I'm gonna try and send it to you, Rush. I saw a video. I was crying. This is I think it's a Middle Eastern man, probably Lebanese or Syrian or whatever. He was in there doing galamsey, and he was
Look at that.
flaunting his gold that he got out of the galamsey, destroying our land. He was
Hey.
filming. He got somebody filming him walking around the land. The land was in a mess, and Ghanaians were there happening to do the galamsey. We need to try and get patriotism back into the young people. Then we have to let them realize that they only have one country. If they let it go down the drain, well, maybe at my age, I pray to God to give me another 20 years if I'm lucky, And if I'll be gone, they are the future. They are the future. So if they're going to sell their country down the drain, government make laws. You're an immigration officer, you're sitting there, and somebody can sit on his YouTube and announce publicly, I think she started the story by saying the immigration came to the landlord. I think the whole place is full of them. So the immigration came to check on what's going on with the landlord. The landlord came to her, if I'm getting it correct, the landlord came to her and said to her, the immigration are downstairs. They're dealing with this. They want to see everybody, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, what's happening? She asked the landlord. The landlord was saying that, they're going to take me to court because they're saying that you people need to present your documents. Said, well, I have my document, blah, blah, blah. If the immigration want me, instead of her to go and see them at the time when they were in the premises or maybe gone to the office, say, well, if they want me, I said to them, they can come to me. Huh?
Wow.
He said that,
Wow.
And then I said to myself, what country are we running? What country? But I mean, are you surprised? There's a Opemunan Kasate ho. And no, YouTube so invited people to come and do come and do festival with him.
Not,
I mean,
not
part of my
20,000.
family, half of my half is gone, and he has to go to. Oh God, what's wrong with me? Are you there? I said my other half likes to come to Accra and celebrate Homo, but it's his culture, so he will come. So even if Gamanche sit there and say, every person should come and celebrate Homo with him, it is our culture. So can you imagine Gamanche go to Yibo land and go and tell them I'm celebrating Homo there? So all the Ghanaians from the diaspora should come. Can you even see it being done? So we really need to reflect what we too are doing to enabling and allowing all this to happen. As they saying go, if we are not enabling them, we are not enabling the Chinese. The Chinese don't know where Jusso is to go and do galamsey. A Ghanaian has to take him there.
I saw a newspaper that Chinese was saying that if they come to Ghana, they don't know where the gold is. They are the people lead them. I saw that online.
I'll tell you a story, right? I'll tell you a story. Not long ago, a few years, but before COVID anyway, I was traveling down from one of the, we went through Dubai anyway. And in the plane, we had to do a transit at Dubai. And believe me, when we were coming, there was all kinds of nationals in there. And then we came off. And when we bought the one coming to Ghana, you know what? I could put Ghana for no more plane. Omunyina ahonkwa. Oh, for enomugum. The one never caught me so also yeah, oil fields no takra day and some should ye ready. And a ye journey, she saw one more back. And a ye journeys with speed out of the country. Ahonkwa. And baby a toilet you went to your so sorry and take a crack wachi. And I was looking at the faces before and I said, if the plane was carrying about 200 people, before one movie at that time was about 2025. And I was not so I was sad. They said, look at yes, before ye journey free a chrome.
They are enjoying our country.
You
know, one Nigerian.
We don't know what we have. Like
one Nigerian,
maybe I was saying Ghanaians don't know what they have.
Yeah, one Nigerian also made a video.
One guy told me, sir. One time I was in Ghana and I went to his office and he says quite doing his business and stuff like that. And he said he had a Chinese guy came to his office and they were having a conversation. What about business they were doing? And the Chinese guy said to him, he said he mentioned his name. He said, you know what? You know, from you Ghanaians, your land from the coast all the way up to the north, you know you have gold under your ground, your feet. He told him. He said from your coast. You know when you know Elimina, the meaning of Elimina. Elimina means mining. Mining. When the Portuguese came and they saw, that's what they were doing there. And when the Portuguese put down a glass of a bottle of wine and a bit of what is their drink? They have wines. You know our big guy went and give them. We get them gold dust.
Yep.
That's
how
Ghana got the name Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, yeah.
Yeah, so we need to protect that land, for ourselves and the generations behind. We have to. If our leaders are not seeing it, we have to make them see it. That we want this kind of leadership. We want people that be listening to us. We want the people that will do the right thing. If you're traveling through Ghana airport now, the hassle they will give you as a Ghanaian is shocking. But when you refuse to, recently I was traveling through Accra airport. I had a big bust up with them in there, and then I said to myself, I hope nobody is filming me and putting me on the internet. I was screaming. My luggages, because when you're traveling, people ask you, oh, bring me this, bring me that. Okay, so I took it and I made sure my weight was spot on. Okay, I use the scales at home, weighed it. I said, I don't want any trouble. I'm not going to pay them any money at the airport. So I just made sure my weighing was okay. Then we got to the airport and a young guy saw me. So, Mom, let me help. I said, okay, what do you want me to do? So, Mom, let me weigh your this thing again. Sometimes the scales you guys use is not accurate. So let me weigh it again. And see, that's okay. So the guy went and helped me. He noticed that one of my bags was very low. It was about 18 and the other bag was gone up a little bit. So let's switch some of the stuff so it will bring it all balanced to 23, 20. I don't know what is it now. I think they've increased, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so we weighed it. And then when we did, the other one that was low, it still came a little bit low. But the other one was high. It's just about 4 ounces higher. 4 ounces. Oh, that's all. Yeah. 23.04. Anyway, so we went. And when I got there, British Airways. And hey, madam, you have to come and wear your this. I said, again? Okay, no problem. So I went and I was saying, listen, I've been lifting this luggage. Is this you? I'm tired. I can't do that. Oh, madam, you have to wait. You can go and check in. I said, okay, no problem. I went there and the young man was trying to explain to them. So I did it. It's just a few ounces here and there. So we put it on the scale and the 4 ounces show up again. While the other luggage was even low. It wasn't up to the requirement that they were stating. So the woman came to me and said, Madam, you have to open your suitcase and take one thing out and put it in the other bag. And I said, so if I take one thing and put it in the other bag, what difference does it make? It's only 4 ounces. Please, let me just go. I'm tired. This girl was ordering me about right, left, and center. And I went mad. And I said, excuse me, I want your name, so I'll report you. Me and her having massive argument there. I think when I finished with her, she was exhausted. Me too, I was exhausted. She went and sat down somewhere, and then one of her colleagues intervened and said, "Listen, it's nothing. Let the woman go." She said, "I should open." I said, "I'm not opening it. Let the plane go. You buy my ticket for me. 4 ounces. What's wrong with you?" And then you see
Wow.
all these people were waving people in. And then eventually she relented. I went and I waited. Even their colleagues came and apologized to me. Said, "This is really uncalled for. 4 ounces is nothing. It wasn't like you are about 2 or 3 kilos up." And then she has the right to tell. I said, "Yes." Anyway, when I was leaving, you could see she put her head or didn't say good to and I'm saying I wouldn't say good to me. We faced each other. And then I went. And I left it at that. They apologized, so I didn't do anything. So Ghanaians, we have to learn to treat ourselves better. We have to learn to love ourselves. That's all I'm saying. This to end on.
Mhm.
My story too long. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
Right.
yeah.
The time, oh.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, we are 3 hours 15 minutes into it. So let's. I just want us to use some short time to react to some of the comments and then close for the day.
Okay.
So Chairman says, "Good evening, guys. I'm tagging the comments on the screen. So those of you,
Mm,
good evening, guys. Okay, yeah. Good evening, Chairman. Daniel Quatten says expiring drinks. So he comes again saying they are selling expired products from Nigeria into Ghana markets.
that you
Oh wow.
see, the other time I brought this topic that the Food and Drug Administration to work the things that are coming from Nigeria because for them to come out and say they will poison Yoruba people or whatever, they have to be careful about the things coming from Nigeria to Ghana. Yeah, I thought I think I thought about this the other time. Yeah. So when we ask them to go, they're going
Yeah,
to do the
like
same
I was
thing.
saying the last time, there was this video. One day I'm gonna look for that video. I was having a but I don't know. It was one guy who bought a Lucozade and it's actually like turned out to be a different product, not Lucozade, like a fake Lucozade here
Oh
in
wow.
Ghana. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
So
Danger.
Ben Hazel says, "Great job, Rash. These Nigerians, their time is up." Well,
Mm.
then G. Hamzi says Nigerians are not people to be entertained in Ghana. Land size can't afford to contain them. All their three major tribes are very tribalist, and
Mm-hmm.
very divided along religious lines. Well, John Green says Ghanaians are joking around with Nigerians. Sooner or later, Nigerians are going to enter into Ghanaian politics.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
guys
Oh
think?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, it's a
yeah,
possibility. Yeah.
yeah. It's possible.
And already we have issues with our politicians. So can you imagine that happening? It's a possibility. Yeah.
Mhm.
And are we going to sit down to that that to be happened?
Mhm. Yeah, that's
No, I
Mario,
don't think so. They haven't done their politics in their country,
No,
so
we don't have proper
but all the same,
documentation.
they've managed to penetrate into our traditional system. So with the political side,
That's
it's
even
bound
more
to happen.
easy.
Yeah.
that's why we are working on it right now. We don't
And
want
these
such
people
things
they are
to be
also
happen
changing
to
their
us.
names into Ghanaian names.
We
They are
don't care
changing
what
their
their
names.
accent. They have a terrible accent. So when they open their mouth, you can tell who they are. So that one, they can't convince
No,
us.
no, 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 no. Now these people are correcting themselves. They are trying to pick
yeah,
up the Ghanaian accent when it comes to the
yeah.
So the
English.
earlier the better. That's why we are doing this. They have to live before things get worse.
Hmm. So
Yeah. We won't sit down for them to come
Mario
and. Mm-mm.
Mario Caso says Ghana should be careful because Senegal, Cape Verde, and all the West African countries don't like them at all. And Senegal treat them bad. Oh, okay.
The French
Oh
countries don't
no.
tolerate them.
For this one, they know
For
everybody
them,
knows.
French, French crony the omo kwan kra wo the
Yeah, they don't tolerate them.
omo enti wo mo akrampo ka kire wo mo say mo nko.
I think the
Even
only
some
place that
some
tolerates
way
them
Mary
is
Kuzo
Spain.
Mary Kuzo comes again saying Senegal, they even buy
Wow.
them.
Kill
I
them.
don't want to use the word. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
They even have their own land going to the voter area.
But this thing is it so where's the I mean some said that chief said he didn't do it and somebody said somebody else that let we need to get to
Yeah,
the bottom of this, you know.
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
we need to investigate that. Yeah.
I'll look into it. But everyone is now, because it's come out, no, everyone is hiding, but it will come out at some point. Who
Oh,
didn't do
Yeah.
it? It will come out.
Yeah.
Everyone is trying to hide
Because
it.
he knows that he's not right to do that, but he's doing it. And that is going to affect him in the near future because he's not supposed to do that if he know what is good for him.
And even if
Mario
the person is
Puzo
still
comes.
because of paying.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mario Puzo comes back again saying, we need to check the Igbo king. Yeah. African Saint says the people are suffering in Nigeria, and all they are coming. Hey, and all of let me
Them.
All of
paraphrase.
them are coming. I think that's how he
All of them
wanted
are
to.
coming into Ghana. They come
Mm-hmm.
with camera as if they are vlogging. And they are vlogging on how beautiful Ghana is.
Mm-hmm.
They say that to calm the Ghanaians down.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to say is they are
It's
suffering
like
and they are moving into Ghana and they're using a pretense to say, oh, how lovely Ghana is,
Yeah,
this and that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving the
Mm-hmm.
people insight to others to come. Yeah.
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 I think that's
And
what he's
then
trying to
after they
do.
say that, they go and have a meeting and laugh gun.
because I doubt whether all of them,
Well, I mean,
you have to take it with a grain of salt. It's obvious that they are praising to stroke our ego, to make us feel. It's just I look at it sometimes and
Yeah.
I'm like, we can't be that perfect. Ghanaians don't really believe it, but we like hearing good things.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
we know that we
Because
are not that
as
perfect.
as for me, I think
And
it's
so,
outrageous because we know our
yeah,
country that our people have to
exactly.
do better than this. And you from nowhere coming to tell us that we are okay. Are you okay?
Like
Hmm?
No, the thing
we
is,
don't
you
have any
see, these
profit,
people are
we
they
don't
have
have
the
any
money.
gain, we know
we
what
are
You
a
to do
see,
when we
developing
lack.
country, we are a developing country and we want better for
Exactly.
ourselves. And many
Exactly.
Ghanaians have a good aspirations to them. And they have
Well,
aspirations and want a better future for themselves, which I
Mhm.
rightly support them. So we
mm,
have the right to do that for the country and they should be doing the same. There's nothing wrong with people wanting
Yeah.
it.
So I
you see,
think
is
they can stay in Nigeria and take YouTube content instead of coming to Ghana and
Exactly.
do
They
that.
have more
Yeah.
even to report from there.
Because we need more. We universities they don't have work to do, you
but
know.
but
yeah.
mind you, they need the electricity to
But that is not our
upload
problem.
YouTube.
That's
That
not
is
our
their own
It's
problem.
not
problem.
them. Yeah.
Are they not the giant
That's
of
not them.
Africa? Mm?
Okay, so I move on. African says, wake up Ghanaians, Nigerians are coming into the country and they are all buying lands. One day we're gonna cry. Uh,
oh
No,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
that is exactly
Rush, I don't know
we
if
are
you
doing.
saw this comment on one of your videos. The one Nigerian made a comment that guns are from Nigeria, uh,
mm,
airways are from Nigeria, and so these people should help them for them to acquire lands in
Mm.
Ghana, so that they will
You
fight
know,
Yeah,
against
something,
I
yeah?
saw
the
I saw that
Ashantis.
video.
Rush,
Yeah.
I spoke
yeah.
to I have some long years back. I had a discussion with my mother-in-law about that, and a very strong woman, and she was like fuming. Said, "We're not from Nigeria," She's like, "No, no."
No,
She was
Mr. Ankra even Mr. Ankra said it all. Like if you watch the interview I did with Mr. Ankra, the one in charge of the secretariat of the Babulomo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
he
been
said it
debunked.
all. So, yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah, that too.
at the end of
That
the
too.
day,
Energies.
at the end of the day, we all move from one place to the other. This is you talking about
Yes.
thousands of years, hundreds and thousands of years. So what
Yes.
what is the correlation now? We
So,
you know,
But my
but the thing is, see, the thing is, even if let's assume it's even true that Gans and LS migrated from Nigeria.
Rush, you talking about over
Then you
thousands
guys
of
Is
should be
years.
going to
it,
Nigeria.
then the Ghana,
are the
whatever, they have to go there and claim their land.
is the Gans who rather have to go to Nigeria to
To
claim
claim their land.
Exactly.
their portion of
Yeah,
the land,
yeah, it should be
not
that way.
you
Yeah.
come to.
You see,
Not the other way.
that's why
It
I've
just
been
doesn't make
telling.
sense.
You know,
That's why.
if
That's
you
why I've
look
been telling you guys that they are not smart. When they talking, they I think they talk before they think. They don't think before they talk. You know.
you know, I mean,
Mm.
if anything, the guys should be going there and say we're coming to claim our ancestral land.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's
Instead of
supposed to be.
okay. Africa says the thing. Hey, he think can our leaders pass a law to stop foreigners from buying lands?
There's a law.
Yeah,
The law is very
a law
clear.
is there already,
Clear.
but because of the
As you said,
ECOWAS,
they are going no, not because of ECOWAS. That one there, that law has nothing to do with ECOWAS. Indigenous Ghanaian buying land, there is a law for them, and a foreigner buying land. They're not allowed to get a freehold of land, a free lease.
Exactly.
They're always have to get leases. And
okay.
what they're doing is they are going around it. And you know now many of them are also marrying Ghanaians, you know.
It's not
Mm.
going to work.
But then,
It won't work.
you know,
And but it won't work. But my question is, I mean, isn't it possible to get? I mean, I don't want to use this word to become an insult. Onyansani bi a anano ye insult ana.
kasa.
Kasa.
Aha.
Uh-huh.
Onyansani bi a obeba abegyina ho na wayɛ a press conference to encounter that false, I mean, informations na omo Nigerians ne de ba abonten na na. Okay.
It's
Because
just a matter of time.
matter of
Yeah.
time.
Kojo also says this shouldn't be only talking and discussing. We need to take serious action. We need to put our feet down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Africa Saints comes back again. I heard a lady reading news on Channel 1. Channel 1 is a Nigerian traditional television. And I can tell she is, yeah, and I can tell, hey, wait, Channel 1 is, is it City TV, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think City TV. City TV. Yeah. I heard a lady reading news on Channel 1 TV, and I can tell she is a Nigerian. The accent is completely Nigerian accent as well as Metro TV.
But they do, those companies do hire foreigners, because there was a Kenyan lady, I think she's gone now, but I think they hire foreigners. So
Are you talking about Induru Nganga?
yes,
The Kenyan lady.
Yeah. That Kenyan lady,
her.
yeah.
But she's not here. She married a Ghanaian guy and they left. I don't know about her anymore. So I think they have the foreigners, I guess. I haven't seen a Nigerian on this thing. I don't like they can come and work, that's fine. It's when they want to,
but
you know, the Igbo people. Yeah,
ECOWAS,
they can come and work.
with the ECOWAS, if they say there is a multinational company that employ a Nigerian, so that's no problem. It's ECOWAS.
Exactly.
And that
We don't mind.
But me, what I don't want
It's a global
is them coming to fight up with us for the little job that's left. No, that one there is no. But if a multinational company say employ a newsreader or a lawyer, or even if a hospital employs a doctor, or so, I haven't got any issue. No,
that's no problem.
but the fact is that they should leave them alone.
The retail, they are saying hustling, and our mothers are there, and they can't speak up for themselves. I know, dear, You know, it's not going to work. But because now you are coming in, yes, global world, feel free. Come and add to it and do what you have to do.
Okay. So I'm reading on. They can't do their festival in South Africa, Germany, America. Yet they are doing it in Ghana. They are taking Ghanaians cheap. But I think they are doing it in other countries, right?
Do it in other countries. But what it's not the issue of the festival. So that's what we are trying to cover. It's not the issue. It's how the invitation of 20,000 people, him sitting on a throne, him conferring and some idiotic, excuse me to say, Ghanaians go and kneel down in front of him and for him to do what? Some piece of nonsense paper to say that you are what? Giving you some weird news.
And and when you
like what is going
and
on?
when you talk about it, this Igbo king will come out and say Ghanaians also celebrate their festivals some places, but we don't have a palace in anybody's country.
I've not seen any Ghanaian celebrating a festival and standing on
Like
TV
that.
inviting 20,000 people to come to
Exactly.
London.
That man,
Go
I
to
don't know what's
America.
wrong with him.
Oh, no, sir, I've never heard that. No.
I don't know what he takes Ghana for.
If Ghanaians are doing their festivals that I am aware, maybe a little party here and there. They have a one afternoon where sometimes they'll be lucky to get some drummers there, some dancers, and that's it. And then they go away. They don't make a big fuss
I
out
don't
of
think
it.
this next year this man will do it again. Like he will see what will happen.
In UK, for example, Hyde Park Corner or Hyde Park, I think they have a park. You see people on the throne, the big music, the dance, the
please. Say, like check out something. Once you saw original cast, my then I'm about may you so I bet the 7 piece. I then I'm about a mobile cassa me rough. Mogana for papa what's not chromo. Why ya dear bet 10 years. I then I'm on corner song cancheno. And the last time crana dear no end. I didn't a man can cost stop no. I was saying Kamoko and I'm see oh what my idea next year you back home.
Next year I don't me crying. I don't think so. Bet me. This year no crying. This year no. Or starting your crying. I started on Sanafi. Why am re? Emasa ella kroya be patcho. Or quite an interview. No catch and say at that time and not Europe for ne pamo a Igbo for ne free land and so no. And or back at you or payacho. Nensa that nensayem. And when ya no ekasa. No I dem church or command on fancy.
Okay. So now,
Rash, I have to leave in a bit, like 5 minutes at least.
Oh, okay. I'll be ending very soon. All right. So this one is now they are learning Ghanaian accents and taking Ghanaian names.
Yeah.
They are joking. They are joking. They are joking.
And they are encouraging each other.
Name for what?
They are encouraging each other. When you come, when you come into the country, they encourage you. Omo catch you say, try say, ube siya woman language, very well, and also pick up their accents. Into like home certain words. Also, we all speak. Also, but there are certain words be why not how to be identified. Said this is a Nigerian, this is a Ghanaian, and these words are and not and they are correcting. So, ain't say if
but the end they are the benkum naje omo boa omo pa omo nya den
okapom no changing the come. Now we change certain words are a bit difficult to say ube huno. And almost na me share baako video bi lady baako or Nigeria for ya na girl na ya one Nigeria or Ghana ni but waba into your buy no yeah juma or restaurant and restaurant no customer baako baayɛ na ne bu afu na ɔkasa dendenden nti afei na girl no yɛ friend baayɛ no ɔte girl no accent na ɔsɛ you Nigerians you come to Ghana na mo change mo din te sɛ mo yɛ Ghana nso na akowa no yɛ Nigeria ni nti ɔkasa wie yɛ afei na koma baa fam no na ɔfrɛ girl no sɛ oh me yɛ sorry sɛ me ne wo kasa rough na ɔsɛ ampa sɛ wo yɛ Ghana ni na ɔsɛ ai me maame yɛ Ghana me papa yɛ Ghana ni na me maame yɛ Nigerian no see oh okay na me dear me a Nigerian pure, but my worry Ghanaian. My bet na half for also my bet na half for 20 years or so. Now when me and near Sunyakasa no to can ga he speaks three languages. Into your catch and say, me a wani na sunya, usua, ube blend in a ubia nyagi. Into your no share will be our catch and say, try to learn the language,
But and
pick
you
up
say
their
no.
accent.
What they make me
Sisi ana di omodi ya no. Esan say you need documentation. You need documentation. Sa ye Ghana card yi by grandma for the rough. Omu
Almost
ni
say
importance a ewo ho.
no.
And again taking it serious.
Sa Ghana card no, a powerful card pa. Sa Ghana card no. And new was the latest new man kwane guso. Si ye shesu ya and kabeboa pa. Unse
Exactly.
British are one of the British Prime Minister or Tony Blair. Ghana no ka excellent kromo mindset. Omo adopt Ghana card no. Na omo use kromo. Se si omo shase e dey ma foreigners. Omo wi the bema kroma no. Almost say so almost use to a bit me more much criminals, son of a panic kind.
But when it's not happening anymore because of that. Because now your biometrics is connected to everything you do. It is they can't do it as much. It's cut it down.
It's cutting it down.
No, Nigeria, you Ghana, always everything, Ghana card, everything. Essentially, more bread.
Because Nigeria, Nigeria card be my na.
Okay, let's move forward.
I think I'm wants to leave.
We need to take. Yeah, we need to take the Igbo king to the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court what they say what that. Yes, what that.
But I didn't never call. Uncle Chen ancestral land. So Igbo Ghana one. Uncle Chen land, no. Nya de wato. Uncle Chen ancestral land. Because the kroma no. Ade ba kwa ma ye nyina unique say. Obi akasa. Otre ni kroma. Oni baby ani krowo. Baby anasipi.
Exactly.
Into Uncle Chen ancestral land na wo Ghana Igbo ancestral land. Na no na epesi ye hu. Ni ani naka.
I bought 200 acres. And I'm going to open Igbo school. And I will invite Igbos in diaspora to come to Ghana. My fault.
An Igbo chief and 6 intermediary Igbo chiefs in different regions of Ghana. Ghanaians should wake up or else there will be Biafra states in Ghana, and if there are intermarriages, we are finished.
We are finished.
Bema. But when you say Russia, traditional African tradition, Bema worry about also didn't call the crew.
Exactly.
Yes, traditional. Bema worry about now the Obani crew. And it's a Ghana the crew. And she said, "Do what? No more your man of papa, I'm a form you know,
no, simple. Igbo king say one on a man of cry with your Mocasa or Montpegana, wanting no matter what papa no more.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay, I can ask you. But I would say speak tree on the show more, cause what do you think? Speak tree on the show more, cause English they are meaning he wants to say they are hearing what you are saying and makes them to move faster than us.
I know my former who I'm passing in I teach no.
Yeah, no matter the year can no one say a break because we are speaking
I'm a Ghana na tree, no so Obeka. And so Obeka Ghana macha, Obeka Ghana macha here.
No Russian trust. Maybe the Gano come but Canada, maybe a
yeah, so I'm a Ghana, Obari Gaono.
Yoga.
Yeah, no problem.
No
Yes,
English,
Okay,
no
so the
English,
last
no
one.
yeah mix yeah,
your
yeah, okay.
secret ma omododo. I
No,
understand
yeah,
that.
yeah, feel say yeah secret no. Ni aka wo twi.
Yeah,
Because
country.
the
Exactly.
yeah can so was so say no more
Okay,
form ho adwin no more who say we don't
Yes.
want them. So
So
they
at the
Uh-huh.
should
end of
know
the day,
say we don't want
we
Yeah,
them.
need to
me
blend. We need
Uh-huh.
to blend it.
asama and then you can hang in ano. Me them didn't say a kind of brofuma and yes, because Obi
I was
can
almost
asama can Obi is
Uh,
sensible.
and
Almost do
yeah.
one to me de warm. Yɛn tumi so
mm-hmm.
nkyerɛ hɔ ma ɔmo ne maame mo mbɛko wɔ market hɔ. Eti ɛno ano
Exactly.
no, yɛn tumi
Mm-hmm.
nkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo
Yeah,
nkɔfa police
Mm-hmm.
station.
Mm-hmm.
Ɔse
That's how to translate it for them.
Translate
That's
it.
the
I'm
beginning.
your money panis kawa
yɛn na
just
ɔbɛka
what
obi ama
cancel.
market eti ama.
Ghana for. Hmm.
Ɔ Ghana ni.
Mm.
Oh,
And so it's like, yeah.
But you
Uh,
hear was
then
some
they
would say.
say we are not doing any wrong thing because every right now every other country trying to save their own countries and they are kicking people outside. So if we are also trying to protect our country Ghana, I don't see any wrong thing about this.
there is not
Don't
enough
say
jobs. The
don't
whole
say
of West Africa, governments are not providing enough jobs, not providing enough good quality
Exactly.
jobs. And to the little one that is there, no, for our people, no, we're not going to sit by for them to come and hustle with them. That's it. As I
Mm-hmm.
said, if somebody is coming with a profession, somebody is coming to open up a factory, somebody is coming to teach,
That's
we
different.
have issue, but we will not allow so they should come and take over
Listen,
those
Lydia, we have to
little
be
jobs
serious.
that
That once and for all, there will be
Mm-hmm.
out
will let
there.
a lot of people survive
Not
on.
going to be squabbling over it. We tell Lydia,
Eh,
we have to be strong. Yeah, we have to cut
yes,
it out.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have
Mm-hmm.
any issue. If
And
somebody
when you
come and
talk,
select
you
that's
see,
nothing wrong.
And
and
this
when
time
you
we'll
talk
go all
about
the
it,
way.
they will.
We
When you
tell
talk
Lydia,
about it, they will come. They will. When you
yeah,
talk about it,
we'll
they will
have
come
this.
out and say, Ghanaians, you
No,
are
no,
not
no.
going to take your land. If you are not going to take our land, why your chiefs are in our villages? What are they doing there? What
Exactly.
are they doing
Eh,
there? Why
they
can't
know
you
what
work
Depends.
and go?
and look
Work
at say
and go.
national security risk. And look at national
Yeah,
security risk.
because they're killing our
Exactly.
people, our future leaders. And Kolani Hunamani won't cry and
Right.
say, I was here,
Okay.
you
Withdraw.
won't free
Yeah.
war.
Okay. Okay.
My battery's good.
We are rounding it up. We are rounding it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me bacha,
Let me
we are me
let me
wasam
take
ba ko peka why. Mm.
let me take the last one.
Mm-hmm.
The intermarriages is a problem, and we need to make sure a person with foreign name must not hold public office or work on TV. In South Africa, if you don't have 100% name, you are not part of them.
Mm-hmm. But they do oma to airport. No, you do oma to why? Hmm. Yee, I'm paying for way more. Me say, matam ba ko pa me waka ne say galam say nsuo na o ma say no obi a wo ye aduane ma panimu bia ko bu anu bi na fa ye ma no simple.
And
Exactly.
I was of course Safio, who was Safia Contom, and I saw call, and I baby.
Simple. Omo ko sister no bi no mfa nye aduane ma o mo ni. Simple. So,
Okay, so we are done. Let's end the comments here. And
Okay.
I think I'll give everybody, the chance to, give their final remarks, and then
Maybe
we,
you
we
should
run out of
speak
here.
to Amma
So
because it's her time.
yeah, first, I want to start with Amma. So Amma,
Yeah. I think we
yeah,
covered a lot. We should just stand strong and keep going. This thing that has started, especially me, the retail area, no dear, we shouldn't prevaricate and wishy-washy nyama. It's not for it's not for,
yeah,
and we
man,
shouldn't play around.
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, we
mm,
can
So
hear you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my battery is low. That's why I kept saying,
Okay.
I'm
Okay, okay,
charging it.
okay.
Why? Good night, everyone, and I'll talk to you
Good
guys
night.
later.
Good night,
Okay. God
Amma.
bless
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
God bless
Yes.
you, Amma.
Thanks for joining us. And all the viewers, please go to Ame's
Thank you.
page,
Bye bye.
Ame's channel, check and subscribe and share the videos.
Amma, bye.
Sama.
Yeah,
Bye.
Angie.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you please give us your final remarks and
Yeah, the American is for no macho. We love them. They are all we have. We cherish them. They should try to help Ghana or Ghanaians, and they should think about our future leaders. Na yɛnnwuma no a ɔmode amema Nigeriafoɔ no, ɔmo nkye ɔman no adeɛ mma wɔn. Yɛbɔ da no a wɔn abie no a Nigerians no ɛba mu bebree bɛkunkum yɛn bɛyɛ nneɛma bebree no, adaa metee sɛ Nigeriani bi ka sɛ sisi a deɛ yahoo Ghanafoɔ na ɛɛtɔpo, but ɛnyɛ yɛn nea ɛyɛ wɔn na ɛyɛ saa adeɛ no. Nti yɛsrɛ wɔn bebree. Aye. Yɛsrɛ wɔn bebree mpanyinfoɔ no na president a yɛde ne besi so no yɛde yɛnyɛ politics, obi a wobɛba biara a wobɛboa Ghana ɛna yɛhwehwɛ. Nti obi a bɛba so biara yɛsrɛ wɔ akɔyi yɛ free ECOWAS hɔ na block yɛ border no na yɛ mmra no ɛnyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ kurom hɔ because Ghana ɛyɛ deɛ yɛwɔ a. We love you all, our leaders. God bless you all. Bye.
thank you. Thank you. Madam Vic.
All I would say
Mm-hmm.
is it's been a fruitful conversation. Everybody has the right to protect their home. Everybody has the right to protect their territory. Immigration itself is not a bad thing. Uncontrolled immigration is bad.
Yeah.
Immigration whereby you have too many people coming into the place, they have no jobs to do. All they will end up doing is crimes. We cannot afford it. And as you said, the level of disappearing of young people is getting too much. Every week you've seen a child is missing here, that thing wasn't that common, but now it's becoming very common. And we don't know what is happening. So our law enforcers, as they have to do their job. They have to, because they are also part of the problem now. Our immigration officers are part of the problem. Our politicians part of the problem. And now our chiefs are becoming part of the problem. Then where do we stand as a nation? What future do you think these young people growing up think they have? They will see they have no future. And we all have to be strong and fight for what is right by the country. We don't hate anybody. We don't want to get into trouble with anybody. If you're coming into our space and then you want to take it over, that's not going to happen. That's simple as that.
Thank you. Madam Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please close the day for me.
Yeah. Mr. Media maker say, migration in your bad, but mass migration, and so a problem, my,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't hate them. Just we like we don't need much of them in Ghana, and your land near too small to contain us all. And yes, almost say almost so like almost ba no almost so each and every day they be every day. Nipa foforo a ɛba Ghana mine mu. So too much. Too much. Ɔmo ntwa so ma yɛn. Yɛsrɛ ɔmo. Na yɛ mpanyinfoɔ no nso so nhwɛ. Yɛsrɛ ɔmo. Obiara ntumi mfiri ne kurom ɛmma. Ɛmmɛte community. Ɛmmɛte kingdom. Ɛnyɛ possible. That is not possible. Ɛnyɛ possible. Wontumi nyɛ wɔ Nigeria. Ɛnyɛ possible. Ebi anam ɛyɛ amedwene sɛ yɛntumi nya nkurɔfoɔ bi a like ɔmo betumi ahyɛ daa akɔyɛ sɛ akɔhwehwɛ Ghanafoɔ a ɛwɔ Nigeria a ɔmo yɛ business no, because last time yɛ sister baako posti video bi yɛ sister yi ama Ghanafoɔ a ɛwɔ hɔ ntumi nyɛ retailing basket weavers So
Ɔhwɛ dɛ
let
ɔmo
me
kɔhyɛ
tell you.
afikyire.
So nti ka wenka yɛwɔ Ghana for mo ahwehwɛ mu ne yɛho sɛ okay ayi ɔmo nya wɔ ha treat ɔmo nya wɔ ha no saa na Ghana for ne susu nya wɔ hɔ ana chance ɔmo nya wɔ Ghana no saa na Ghanaians in Nigeria susu ɔmo nya ana ɔmo nya ne saa so nti yɛn mpanyinfoɔ no mu deɛ yɛsrɛ ɔmo nti mede ma no besi.
All right.
Okay.
So, Medobiase, thanks
Mm,
to
Oh,
every
thank
single person
thank
who made
you.
time
you.
to join.
Mm,
Bye bye.
Thanks for your
thank
contributions.
you.
Thanks
Thank
to the
you, Rush.
viewers. Thanks to the viewers for watching and all the comments and all that. And if at this point you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and I think we're gonna talk some more next time.
Okay.
So
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
have a nice
Bye.
day and enjoy your
Rush, God protect you,
yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Bye.
You take care.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Mhm.